All right, just going to go to the video that we're on right now. I'll show you guys. We have another system that's new to the show that I put in a few days ago. All right, that's great. Like I click on the video and it doesn't play. Isn't that great?
I
told you, YouTube is a piece of shit. Like you see this, I'm clicking on the video over and over again, Bob.
Relax.
Look how it doesn't start.
Relax.
I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to breathe.
Close the app.
It's telling me to install YouTube Studio. See?
Foo.
Yes.
Close the app.
Uh-huh.
Reopen the app and try again.
Okay. I'm going to retry this again, people. One last time. I'm going to try to click on the link of my video that's our video that's live right now.
And there it goes.
Okay, so there it goes. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to see if this phone works. Okay. It's a small phone.
Did you have a nice weekend, Dark? Now that
right,
it
Dark
is
says,
rather,
I'm number one. Hell yeah.
Now that it is rather unfortunately
He says,
Monday
what up,
morning.
guys? We got El Barbarino in though. And she says, assemble tots. Like what, tater tots, Bob?
Yes.
Okay.
Totlets, totlings.
Well, guess what? Guess what, Bob?
What?
We're going to go to our scroll. We got to go to our scroll.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do some scrolling right now. All right. See if we can.
That is why we are all here. We are gathered here today to do the scroll. I already hate it. Is that Will Smith?
Yes. All right, give me 1 second. This duck on this has got an extreme duck on it. I've got to fix that a little bit.
I didn't hear any ducks.
It is ducking, and you notice how the audio is slipping down?
Oh, that's good to hear, Dark. Dark is in the comments saying that weekends are always great for him.
That's great, man.
That's wonderful.
What about Will Smith? You guys like Will Smith?
Is it true that Jada Pinkett came out and was like, I humiliated you, I cheated on you, but you stayed with me?
Yes.
And I love you. Like she apparently came out and did this whole like quote, or at least I saw a quote that is allegedly by her. But in these days, like you can't actually, who knows what's real anymore?
Yes.
That could become a very existential conversation.
All right. Sorry, people, that's playing this clip over and over again. I have to just do a couple of little setting things here that I didn't do before the show started.
Oh, Dark, are you on the West Coast? I feel like I know the answer to that question, but I don't remember it. For us, it's midnight, so it's Monday, sadly. Don't love that.
No.
I mean, that's dramatic. That's perhaps an immature take. Mondays aren't bad. I'm grateful for the things that we have to do that are bounded by weeks because they are real and valid things in the changing sands of time.
Exactly. All right, we're going to get to our next video. All right, Bob, what do you think about this? Look at that. Do you see this? Can you see this?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to put this in full screen so Bob can see it.
Yeah.
All right, so you see that, Bob?
I saw that meme. It's an individual wearing all of the slogans with a really remarkable flag saying, and many needles saying, they brainwashed you. And it's like a regular looking person saying, really? Question mark.
I need to put like a goat. I don't know where my damn goat is. Where's my goat, Bob? Do you know where my goat is?
Foo.
I have no idea where my effing goat is.
Quite possibly the last person on the planet that is Earth.
All right, this person gets confetti.
That could answer that question.
Yeah, confetti.
For you.
That is pretty funny. He's like,
that is funny.
So basically, it's like a leftist dude. I assume, kind of communistic person.
Don't assume it's a dude.
He says they brainwashed you, and he's like, really? He's got an American flag. This guy's completely covered up in like corporate logos and the Soviet symbol, CNN, Black Lives Matter. He got 3 injections in his arm. You see it, guys. That's funny. That's funny. They get confetti. The guys get confetti.
During the time of the 2016 election, I had a T-shirt that had Cthulhu on it.
Yes.
and it said, choose the greater evil because no lives matter. And people got really upset. They got really mad. I was wearing it around. I was working in Manhattan at the time. And I was wearing it like on the subway and stuff. And people were having really big feelings that they could not keep to themselves. And it was very funny.
All right, I've got to bring the audio. This is very low. Oh, God.
Oh, dear God.
All right, Bob, what do you think about that thing?
That's just sad. Like, honestly, that just makes me really sad. Because
Why?
to be that lost, like,
I mean,
that's
it looks like a fish. It doesn't even look human.
But that's like a profound level of mental illness.
Yeah.
And that person has been empowered to make permanent changes to their body that are risking their health and wellness, right? Because when you tattoo your eyes like that, you can go blind.
Yes.
There's a high level or a very high risk associated with that. And it looks like they've got fillers, they've got all sorts of things. And we know now as a community that fillers migrate, that you cannot dissolve and remove them. They migrate. They can cause a lot of problems, particularly at the volume that individual has. So that's somebody who like very deeply hates themselves. And that is a really sad thing.
I got to fix this. Hopefully you guys could hear the music at the beginning of the show. I can see that this doesn't have an audio form in it. Give me 1 second. Where the F is this? Hopefully the beginning of the show had audio in it. I see the desktop audio was off, so you might have heard it. Okay.
Dark in the comments is saying, I've never voted in my life. One time, some old lady when I was in my early 20s asked if I voted, and I said no, and she tried to shame me, and I laughed in her face. Honestly, that's an appropriate response. To be fair, that's an appropriate response because the idea that you must vote is fundamentally incorrect. If you are not prepared to do so, or you have a particular ethical objection to doing so, then don't. Just don't. Like, it's a silly thing to say that your singular individual vote. I mean, I guess if it's a local election or something that could be swung by like 5 or 10 votes, then yeah, you should probably be a little bit more actively involved in the governance of your area. But like generally, I'm increasingly of the opinion that it's all just a flaming pile of nonsensical bullshit. Oh, absolutely not. All right,
so we got a guy over here.
Absolutely not. Nope. Directly to prison.
I mean, what is he doing there, Bob? It looks like toxic waste. Why does it gotta be so damn dirty in India, huh?
Oh my God.
Their immune systems must be out of this world, huh, Bob?
That is giving me so much anxiety. I am horrified. And I'm not, I eat raw meat. I eat raw fish. I eat raw beef. Like, I'm not a precious person, but like, that is hideous.
That is not anywhere near.
That's horrifying, bro.
As good. I mean, what is that? It looks like they're eating.
Like, I'm gonna vomit. Please
it looks like they're
off.
eating shit. Like,
they probably are. They're vegan.
Why
they
is his
need to
hand
find
so
sustenance.
Dirty? Why is everything gotta be so damn dirty? Disgusting.
That's horrifying. Please take that away.
All right. What? So he's squeezing dicks and balls, Bob. What is that about? Checking for cancer?
They're saying army medical, but I feel like this is not. Yeah, that's in Mexico.
I thought that looks like India. Those guys look Indian.
Well, I think the guy on the. It might be. They only flashed the country flag for a moment.
Those guys do not look Mexican. No, listen to the music.
Yeah,
that's Indian. That is for sure.
I'm
Indian
sorry,
music.
they flashed the hat logo for like a second.
Man, they got guys touching balls. What do you think is the point of that? Is that just
I feel like
screening?
this is fake. I don't think that this is actually a medical.
I feel like they might be screening.
I think that this is a stunt done for social media to rage bait.
No, they might be screening for cancer, maybe, right?
That's not how you screen for cancer. I mean, unless there's a concern that there's testicular tumors. That's not a check for cancer.
Yeah. For tumors, right? You're checking, dudes checking for tumors.
Yeah, but I feel like the likelihood of somebody having a testicular tumor and not proactively like seeking treatment is very slim. Like if you had a growth on your testicle, you wouldn't be like, oh, well, I'm going to wait till some random guy honks on my nuts out in the field somewhere to say something about it. Like, I feel like you would go to a doctor.
All right. Guess what? That's terrible. All right. Looks like
that's AI.
Yeah. I mean, we already know, right? We know what AI looks like.
That's AI. Just turn it off.
Why does AI got to look so damn oily? Like everything in AI looks like it's oily.
Really wonderful to have you here.
I saw this earlier. I thought it was hilarious. Oh my God. Sorry, people. My fucking alarm just keeps going off.
Fu has decided he needs to know the meridians of the day.
I don't know how to turn that shit off.
His alarm goes off at noon and midnight.
I do not. I think one time we went on a late night drive, like we were going on vacation or something, and I never turned that damn alarm off. So now I get an alert every time at 12 o'clock at night.
And you get an alarm
12 in the morning. I'm like laying in bed and I get an alarm. 12
a.m.
But yeah, let's see. It's like these guys get a goat. I wish you could find.
This is actually really funny. Yeah. Elon Musk does kind of sound like a seal now that I think about
it. RFK guy, he sounds like.
I just can't take any of them seriously, honestly. This is like the Hunger Games, really. When I think about politics right now, it's just those scenes from the Capitol in the Hunger Games, the Capitol District. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, they gotta go.
Fucking losers.
It's funny.
Mr. Trump, we love you! We love you! All the way to the White House!
Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make
campaign.
During the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
I'm Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump.
I don't know. Okay, that's cool. Like, why do they need to do that? For what? That's what. So then the right wing can come out and say, look, what? Spanish people voted for Trump. It's like, okay.
Well, because so many people
Oh, that's a dead guy.
What?
That's a dead guy.
So many people are
what?
Easily led. Like, they're like, oh, well, another person who fits these random arbitrary categories that I also fit did this thing, therefore I must do it too. Like, people are way more similar to like sheep than anyone is probably really comfortable admitting.
Dark in the comments says he posted something on the second Renaissance.
Yeah, I think it was the Elon Musk RFK skit.
That is hilarious. Let's see this here. Says that time Nicki Minaj forgot she was human and started acting like a robot.
You okay?
Go off. Don't love that.
Depois do almoço, gente, ó, nada melhor do que repousar aqui na rede junto com a Cauã. Agora eu tô só relaxando aqui pouco. Mozinho vai depois do almoço, gente, ó, nada melhor.
Does it look like she had a giant wiener for a second, huh, Bob?
Agora eu tô só relaxando aqui.
Is that the idea?
It always looked like a baby to me.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have a messed up mind. That's what it is.
Aqui na rede junto com a Cauã.
Like, if you look down real quick, it looks like it was a wiener for a minute.
Almoço, gente, ó, nada melhor.
The way it's uncovered is hilarious. Then the guy's like, oh, that's great. I'll give him some confetti. Confetti of color, right?
Does your mother put food coloring in curry?
No, no.
What the fuck you talking about?
Cause she said
whoa.
Food coloring in curry.
Huh?
I could probably try it if you want.
No, but listen to me. We deciphering something here to make fucking sense. Make it make sense to me. Where you come up with the idea that coloring is going curry?
Well, if I make curry and it's supposed to look brown,
My brother,
coloring and
the
salt.
base content
This is turmeric.
or curry powder for curry. If you ain't got enough green, you put more curry.
Well, you won't want coloring.
You don't put coloring in curry.
But she must use put.
No, but I'm asking you, see, and you gotta use your fucking common sense.
You gotta use common sense.
Listen to me.
That dude is pissed about some damn curry.
I love Caribbean people. Zero chill ever.
I mean, is he Caribbean? He looks
Yeah.
kind of like a Jewish guy. He's kind of white.
Put food coloring in curry.
But it is true.
No, but listen to me. We deciphering something
It
here.
is kind of funny that they're putting coloring in curry. Curry already is like orange or yellow. There's a comment in the comment section about. Want to read
Yeah.
that?
Matlatzinka is saying hello.
All right, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. You're watching the Doom Scroll live on the Real Food TV. People, subscribe if you're new to the
Caribbean
channel.
people bring me so much joy when they're like extremely passionate
angry,
about like
yeah.
super random things.
But it's true. You know,
Such
why
as curry.
are you putting coloring in
But
curry?
that's like a friend of ours was telling us a story about he worked with incarcerated individuals at one point in his career, and he was working on like a gardening program or something, and one of the people that he was working with was absolutely flabbergasted that vegetables came out of the ground.
Really?
And you know that.
Who was this?
Jim.
Jim didn't know that vegetables
No,
come out
one of the
ground?
people in the program he worked with didn't know that vegetables came out of the ground.
Oh, okay.
And the whole idea that you have to put coloring in curry to make it brown, it just sounds like that. Like it's somebody who has absolutely zero life experience doing anything ever. Like thinking, oh, well, in order for it to be this color, you must have colored it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sad.
It is really weird that they would do that.
Who would do what?
That they would put coloring in curry.
I don't think
it's
that they were
unnecessary.
actually putting coloring in curry. I think that they saw that curry had a very distinct color and assumed it must have been from coloring because they don't cook.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean they don't cook, but there's no reason why they should be putting food coloring in curry because it's already got a damn color, and the color that's in it is the color that they're putting in it. So is it not curry? Maybe it's not curry.
Fu, I think you're not paying adequate attention. The person
Yes.
seems to have been under the impression that in order to make curry that color, you had to color it.
No, he's
And
not
the
saying that. He's
person was
saying why would you put coloring in curry?
Okay. Why don't we just move on?
He said who puts food coloring in curry?
He's talking to someone.
Yes, he is.
And the
I know that.
person probably asked if that's how curry got to be that color.
You're assuming that. I think that a company has put food coloring in curry. I think that's what he's responding to. He said, who the fuck puts food coloring in curry? Let's see this again. This is getting really deep, people.
Well, if I make curry and it's supposed to look brown,
My brother, the base content, which is turmeric or curry powder for curry, if you ain't got enough green, you put more curry.
well, you won't want coloring.
You don't put coloring in curry.
But she must use put.
No, but I'm asking you, see, and you gotta use your fucking.
So as I surmised, it's a person who doesn't know how to cook.
Okay, all right.
Asking.
All right. I got it. I thought it was a company putting coloring in there. Okay.
No.
Fucking racist piece of shit. You're a racist, dog. I'm racist? You're telling me to go back to China, motherfucker? I'm an American citizen. Fuck you. Fuck you. Not American. Who are you? You, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Not American. Get the fuck out of here, you racist piece of shit. No, this motherfucker told me to go back to China. Fuck you, piece of shit.
Says the consequences of Trump presidency, huh?
I'm pretty sure
Trump's
assholes
America.
existed before Trump.
Yeah, but they got to blame everything
Just
on the conservatives,
a hypothesis.
right? Is that the thing?
Yeah, everything is Trump's fault now.
Yeah.
And honestly, like Trump plays into it, so fuck him.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
But
He's a fraud.
honestly, this is perhaps a bit black-pilled, but if you're a politician at that level of power, there's nothing honest or like legitimate about you. So fuck you. I don't care. Into the wood chipper with all of you.
Did you read that comment there about the Trinidadians?
Did you hear
Bob?
me read it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I have a headset on. I didn't hear it. Sorry. That's why I asked you if you read it. Okay.
Motlotzinka says there's a beef between Trinidadians and other Caribbeans. The beef, if whether to call it curry chicken or chicken curry. I mean, it's important. I mean, you must decide which is the predominant factor. Is it curry that happens to be made incorporating chicken, or is it chicken that has been curried?
All right, dude, we want to thank you for pointing that out. That deep debate is going on between the Trinidadians and the Caribbeans. We really appreciate that. We're going to give you a goat for that one. You get a goat and some confetti for that one. We're moving on. This race bait is not fun. All right, let's hear this.
Because this could be your chance. Talent Scouted are looking for male models of all ages.
What the F?
I think that's an ad.
Books. It's completely free.
Oh.
I dropped this phone. This looks fake.
Yeah, that's AI.
Oh my God, that's so creepy. I fucking hate this AI shit. That's creepier than almost anything I've ever seen in any kind of movie. What, he turned black? Who is that, Shaquille O'Neal?
I did look a little like Shaquille O'Neal.
Fucking scared the crap out of me. Is that John Cena, Bob?
Looks like him. This might be AI or like a deep fake.
Nah, I think it's real. It's probably from SNL or something.
Shit like that is so cringe. It's like, why?
Yeah, it is a bit cringe.
Bobby Brown dropped his coke live on Arsenio Hall.
I've seen this before. He drops a bag of cocaine on the floor. He just picks it up and just keeps going on, right? Oh, does that guy deserve a GOAT status for that, or is that just too degenerate?
Listen, he's being honest with it.
I mean, he did save the coke people.
He was doing such an exuberant dance maneuver that he dropped his drugs.
Yeah, and he picked it up like smooth as hell, right? I mean,
I don't know if I would say that's smooth.
I don't agree with the skante taking that kind of drug. It's a bit disgusting.
What is skante? What is that?
I think it's coke. I'll give him some confetti, but he doesn't get a GOAT.
That makes me think of ska.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you have to be wearing Vans and carrying a trumpet to do coke now? Is that like a prerequisite?
I'm not sure, Bob. I'm not sure. I just know that the guy was a coke vacuum.
Ever wish for a tool that cuts revision time in half?
You are a tool. Shut up.
Oh, that's some fucking advertisement.
Right! Not that long ago when I can't stand another man touching me!
If I recall correctly, it's because that fucking lunatic like cut in line and the guy was like, hey, you cut me. And it started screaming.
I think she has this little backpack.
Like, that's one of those people that has to wear headphones in public or something and needs like a binky.
Oh, what are you talking about? I used to wear headphones in public all the time. I used to wear headphones and like have my hair over my face, over my eyes like Kurt Cobain. I was very emo in a way. I'm just saying. I was pretty damn cool. Just saying. What do you think, Bob?
You are cool.
You think that's cool? I am cool. Wow, shit. I left the fucking stream. Okay. What do you do? Do you think she deserves a GOAT for that?
I would punch her in the fucking face.
Overreacting?
Honestly, and Fu knows this. I have very low tolerance for people acting a damn fool.
Acting like a fucking 5-year-old while being, what, to 35?
And being all kinds of creating havoc for the minimally paid Walmart employee. No. You bother my nice little Walmart ladies and my gender becomes problem.
Yes.
He gave me syphilis.
He gave me syphilis. He slapped her. You whore. Damn, it's like a kung fu movie. She's beating the shit out of her. My God. Bob.
I'm not a trap.
Not a trap. You got to see that one more time. That's a GOAT. That's a GOAT move right there. You got to beat your whore daughter. Sorry. She made a mistake, Bob. She loves someone.
He gave me syphilis.
I like how her face changed from like a smile to like it slowly faded to like rage and disappointment. Let's see this one more time from the beginning.
He didn't give me a baby, Mom. He gave me syphilis.
Damn, Bob, that's bad, right? You wanted a baby, and instead of a baby, you got syphilis.
That means your husband's cheating.
I like how she's getting the shit slapped out of her, and her face doesn't even move. She would definitely not win that slap championship. No. Look at this. Look at the beginning. The sound. Hear the sounds. And look at her face. It doesn't even move. He didn't give me a baby, Mom. He gave me syphilis.
Weird. That's just a weird video.
It reminds me of that movie, Carrie. They're gonna laugh at you.
This is Shiva. I wrote her in today because I'm telling you she's a better...
What the hell? Oh my God, that looks painful.
President of 2017, you guys. This is...
What would you do in this situation, Bob?
Because I'm telling you she's a better...
This has happened to Bob before anyway. One of our cats bit her before. Remember the cat bit you on your shoulder?
Solo and Stardust.
Yep. We have some...
Both of them are feral.
We rescued some cats and they were aggressive like this. One of them I actually punched in the face once. I had to do it. Not too hard, but I punched her in the face. Her eyes crossed a little bit, but then she recovered. She
booped her in the nose.
I hit her a little bit of a boop in the face.
He booped her in the... He did not, like, commit violence.
I didn't hit her. I didn't hurt her.
He didn't, like, load up on a fully leveraged punch. He booped her in the nose.
We just had adopted her. She was a very aggressive cat that they couldn't adopt out. We took her, and she bit the fuck out of my hand.
Yeah.
She went, for no reason. Like
she
this.
gave me a huge scar on my shoulder. In this video. But Solo was the one who really did. We have one of the feral cats that we have is an all black, very, very large male cat named Solo. And I was taking him to a vet appointment and I prepared for the occasion. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt, a sweatshirt, and a winter coat. And he bit through all of those layers and left me a big giant scar on my wrist.
I mean, he's a big freaking cat.
Yeah.
He's a big, strong cat.
He is not one to be trifled with.
He's an alley cat. He's an outdoor cat that
he was found in a dumpster.
They gave him to us because we rescue animals.
He was found in a dumpster. But with that said,
people, if you want to support the Real Food TV people, it really does help animals. We do adopt animals. It's the Real Food TV people. This is called the Dog Fund, dog/cat fund. You can support the Real Food TV monetarily. Our Venmo is in the description for the video. You are watching the Doom Scroll. That's obvious. This is the show when me and Bob go through the internet and we Doom Scroll. We watch all these different short videos and kind of comment on them. Sort of rate them in a way. I gave this guy some confetti. I think he really deserves GOAT status. He really does for the kind of...
that had to be. He was trying and that cat just like switched it up.
That cat is scary.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, and then one time, so we don't let our cats outside because it's not safe. We live in an area where there are apex predators, and also it's just generally not safe to let cats free roam unless they are like barn cats with a job. Our cats are stupid indoor cats, and Solo actually escaped at one point, and we have a very, very large tree in our backyard. We have several very large trees, but this particular, he climbed up into the tree and he sat in that tree for like 4 full days or 5 full days in the rain. Like he just sat there being a willful little bastard, and he was up high enough that we had to get like a really big ladder, and because he's super aggressive, we got a giant net.
It was a big problem.
We got welding gloves.
We were all prepared.
Headlamps. We looked like we were going to battle to catch like an alien or a cryptid.
I had pictures of Bob getting ready in her weird warrior baseball ensemble.
We were like gearing up to battle, like, I don't know, clickers.
We have a massive tree outside our house, like Bob said. Now we'll put some of the pictures on the channel one day. He was up in this massive tree.
Now
he was at the very end of it. We could not get to him. We were actually crazy enough. He was up in that tree for about 3-4 days, and it was freezing outside. Freezing. It was raining. Everything.
Really
we were like, we don't get this cat back, he's gonna die. So
he's also an asshole, and we have very large, high drive dogs. If he fell out of that tree,
they would eat him.
They would kill him. Not because they're violent towards cats, but because they are high drive dogs, and if they see something small and fluffy in the backyard running away from them, they're gonna kill it. They're gonna rip it to shreds.
They will eat it.
He would have stood zero chance.
Yes. They're like it's like gators.
Yeah.
All right, Bob. He got his goat. Let's move on. All right, that's Last of Us. We don't. Nope.
Oh no.
Oh, it's sexy, huh?
Oh! Fatality.
She took them down, man.
That's a KO.
She's taking pollution down to 0.
Oh my god! And then she and the chair fell on top of her. That lady's dead. I need a wellness check on that lady.
My God, I think she broke that lady's leg, maybe. What do you think, Bob?
Oh my lord, that actually is terrible.
It looks terrifying. I think I heard a crack.
Oh god, I can't keep watching that. You have to take that off. You have to just move that along, move that away.
All right. I mean, the fat lady. She got the chair. She gets some confetti. I wouldn't say that's goat, but I mean,
that's horrifying, bro.
All right, what's up with I got my Twilight Zone clip is not working for some reason. 1 second.
Yikes. Big yikes.
Oh my God, hopefully this didn't freeze up. Wait, 1 second, people. Sorry, I'm checking a couple of things here. One of my files isn't working.
But yeah, Solo staged a protest and sat his sorry little ass in the tree outside of our house.
Yes. Oh,
for
shit.
about a week.
I got this file up there. Sorry.
And then we had to use a have-a-heart trap and raw chicken to capture him again.
Yes. We had to get that freaking cat.
And then the entire, like, when we realized he was in the trap because our neighbor was like, you caught something, go check. I ran outside halfway expecting it to be a freaking, like, raccoon. And it was, in fact, Solo. And then I brought him into the house, and we tried to get him out of the have-a-heart trap.
Wait, I'm looking at this. Look at this. Look at this lady here. Does she have shit all over her pants? Look at this.
Where? What? What?
Is that a joke? Is that AI? Look at this. Look at she's got a big brown stain on her ass. Damn, Cardi. Dark says that I want that chick to follow me. No. Which one? The poop butt?
No, I think he's talking about the fat one.
And Jack Daniels is in there.
Where?
In the comments.
What would happen if I pulled this out?
Twin Peaks.
Organized closets and offices for high-value Jewish people.
Soulmate.
Excuse me? I am a
What is up with this whole show idea where it's just like some fucking fake know-it-all and then a bunch of prostitutes? Like, do you get the appeal of this trash?
I think that's like.
Does anybody actually watch this kind of garbage?
Incels?
This is that fresh and whatever guy. That dude is like, to me, he's like halfway retarded. When you listen to the stuff he says, he's constantly talking about degeneracy, calling people degenerate. But yet, what is he? He's a fucking degenerate. Like, he's constantly talking about body counts and all this other bullshit. Every episode, they're drinking and a round table of prostitutes. So it's like, what? Bob, you using your powers?
I am. Because fuck that guy.
I mean,
what the shit?
He's just not into it. You know, he's not into the stuff.
Yeah, but
that guy just knocked himself out.
I mean, I guess that's one way to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, he had knocked himself the fuck out.
He was like, I'm uncomfortable sleeping in these little subway chairs, so I'm gonna just... Oh, man. Oh gosh, he hit that so hard.
He knocked himself out, right?
Yeah, but if you see at the end, it looks like he maybe hurt himself seriously.
And my goat is in the wrong location, I think.
Yeah.
Let's hear it one more time.
So that's like.
All right, so he rolled.
Like he
rolled
Tuesday.
off the table. He rolled off the bench, and then he decides he's going to jump in the air and knock himself unconscious. That guy deserved that goat.
Jesus Christ.
Which one is your favorite?
So God's black.
God is absolutely black. It's in the Bible. Is it a problem, God being black?
It's not a problem, it's just not what's true.
Why can't God be black?
Why would God, the Almighty Creator, have a skin color?
So God creates skin color, but he don't have one.
Yeah, God created the trees too. He's not a tree. That's a stupid
That's hilarious. He's not a tree. That is pretty damn funny. He's not a tree. God created trees. He's not a tree.
I love that this guy has like he went to what is it, Spirit Halloween, and got himself
that's the Israelites.
Yeah, but he looks like he went to Spirit Halloween and got himself a fortune teller costume.
Oh, they're doing our format, really. You know, you got the one Israelite guy that talks, then he tells the guy to read from the book.
What's true?
Why can't God be black?
Why would God, the Almighty Creator, have a skin color?
So God creates skin color, but he don't have one.
Yeah, God created the trees too. He's not a tree. That's a stupid argument.
That is hilarious.
Oh no! Look at that! Look at that specimen.
Hey, bro, what you want to do, man? We do anything, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of gas.
Dark says the Michelin Man's sister.
You asked what girl, and he's answering.
Which girl? What?
The fat one from the other video.
Oh, sorry, guys. What did he just do?
I feel like you don't even need dare anymore. You just need to make.
So this
people
guy
watch
jumped
these
into
videos.
a pile of garbage?
Probably.
That's definitely New York City. He's got these dumbass people in New York City, and I'll put money he's not from New York. I've never seen that guy around. We would know a guy like that, right? In the city, he would be mixed in.
He just fucked that guy's whole table up.
Oh, that was the table? I thought it was garbage.
No, that was a guy like vending on the sidewalk, and he jumped. He like body slammed the table like he's in the WWE.
What a piece of shit, huh?
I hope that guy like found him and stabbed him. Honestly.
What you want to do, bro? What's that on you, bro? What's that on you, bro? What's that on you, bro?
Yeah, all these dudes all trying to be like
he
rock
takes out that guy's,
dudes
like,
now.
entire
You know
table.
that? What a douchebag. I didn't mean to give him a heart. I'm gonna take that fucking heart away. He doesn't deserve that. He's an asshole.
I hope that guy got his ass whooped.
I'm so happy.
The Haitian guy's gonna come on and beat the fuck out of him.
This is my swamp. He grabs me with his powerful ogre hands and puts me on.
He says, okay, bro, my parents are around. Don't say anything weird. What bro says.
Cheeks for Shrek. It's Shrek. I'm so happy. He whispers in my ear. This is my swamp. He grabs me with his powerful ogre hands and puts me on my hands and knees. I'm ready. I spread my ass cheeks for Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
It's Shrek.
I feel like that's quite enough.
All right, yeah. What is that?
It looks like a cow vagina.
Oh, God.
Or possibly goat. Some sort of vagina. And the
They're
butthole.
eating it. Oh my God, that's disgusting. This shit is AI, isn't it?
Yeah.
That stuff is so creepy that they can do this kind of shit now. And you know that's only going to get better. You know what's funny? Remember that song, Your Mama Does Crack Rock?
Yeah.
It was hilarious that they actually allowed that on TV at one point.
I think literally nobody likes it.
I mean, back in the day, not too long ago, people judged this shit. They weren't as degenerated as they are now. They would see this dirty shit. Like, look at the black lady in the crowd. You can tell she's probably a person born in probably the 20s. And so she looks at this shit and she's like, what the fuck is this? And she thinks it's disgusting. And it's because the country's changing and the standards have gotten lower and lower and lower. Like I said, the older people in the 90s, when they saw this shit, they wanted to throw up. I wanted to do an episode of The Duping Delight on that, Bob.
Yeah.
That subject of the the way the music degenerated. It really is a sign of
like
it's a
wild
sign
animals at a zoo.
Well, it's a sign of the times. It's really what you get. You see, and you see the reactions of the people. It really tells you where they were, but they still push this on them.
Michael Jackson, I don't know if you know, he was
Like the public didn't want that shit. They just pushed it on them.
Exactly. So you're aware.
Sue me, everybody. Yep. But they censored those words. They censored and all that. And it's really sad actually to look at Michael Jackson's legacy because he was a very tormented soul, right? Like he went through a lot of hardship, but he was such a kind and wonderful human. And when you actually dig through the history, like it's very clear that all the pedophile stuff was total slander.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, I don't know if you know.
Calm down.
Says that they don't really care about.
So you're aware.
Sue me, everybody. Yep. But they censored those words. They censored and all that. And it's really sad actually to look at.
Yeah, I saw somebody talking about how they were doing like a deeper look into the Michael Jackson
wonderful human and they
fan of the playground stuff.
Yes.
And a lot of it seems to have been not real or like not valid.
I wouldn't believe that at all. There was just too much information.
I mean, people dogpile, right? Like when you see somebody make a claim that somebody's touched them or done something to them, then all of a sudden 87,000 more people come out and they're like, oh, well, you know, I feel like he did that to me too. Right? So I think that if it's...
I think it's a little too much information there to say that it didn't happen. I think that guy's being very dishonest. I've said it before, Michael Jackson's worth a lot of money. That's the thing, he's worth loads of money. So they're gonna do things in order to kind of discredit the claims, but there was just too many of them. There was too many.
I don't know that.
And then the guy's
how
building
many people came out of the woodwork for Manson, right?
Look, they never.
Evan
No,
Rachel
it ain't
Wood
the same.
came out, and then it was like dozens.
Yeah,
and
but you're
dozens
talking
of
about
people.
decades of allegations. The guy literally paying these people off, giving them hundreds of millions of dollars in like settlements. That's not normal. He would have fought that. That's a lot of money
Not
to give away.
necessarily. Not if the money wasn't an issue for him, and he was like, "Well, if this makes it go away, then fine."
I think it's just too much information. I lean more towards he did most of that stuff.
I mean, I was too young when it was all happening, and I didn't really care then. I kind of don't really care now, to be honest with you. But I don't know. Like, I wasn't there. I am more inclined to disbelieve the dogpiling, money grubbing than I am. Because if you're a victim of this and you actually want the person brought to justice, there isn't an amount of money that would silence you, right? So if you are truly believing that other children would suffer the way you suffered, there isn't an amount of money he could give you to make you not say something about it, right? So if all of these people could be mollified with money, then I really don't believe that there was veracity to their claim.
They probably knew, they were probably told by their legal team that, I mean, these people are not as powerful as Michael Jackson. They probably didn't have a shot in hell of sending this guy to prison. I lean more towards the guy with some kind of sick pedo. I think he really was.
It's not about sending him to prison,
You could just look
right?
at him and you know it. You could look at him. You could tell
I
he's
could look at him and I could see that he's a
crazy man. If that guy
troubled
wasn't
person.
Michael Jackson and you saw him somewhere, you'd be frightened of him.
If that guy wasn't Michael Jackson, he wouldn't be Michael Jackson, though.
He
Because so
glimmered.
much of what happened
Yes.
was the result of him being Michael Jackson and having his father and having those experiences that not only shaped his life but dictated every aspect of his life.
He glimmered people. Even his good friend Sylvester Stallone came out and said that he was nothing like what he projected into the world. He said the guy was a very strong, aggressive type person. He said everything he gave to the public was a facade, that it wasn't real. The guy he knew was a very aggressive individual. But when he come out, you know, what he showed the public was, hi everybody, how's it going? Right? And then behind the scenes, he's just, well, how do you think he went over there and bought the Beatles catalog and came out with all, like, you know, with all this money from Sony? He supposedly, from his mouth, he said he owned like half of the music from Sony.
Right,
like half their music.
He
so he
didn't
was
do that
a
because
hardcore.
he walked in there and beat someone up.
He wasn't a timid man. He was a very
I'm not
aggressive.
saying he was timid, and it's not a prerequisite that he has to be timid to be innocent. I don't know that he's innocent. I don't know that he's guilty, and I'm not terribly vested in either outcome.
I think it's more likely that he was exactly what he was accused for.
I think if you are a person who has been victimized in that way by somebody, or you are the parent of a person who has been victimized in that way by somebody, then there is not an amount of money that you could be offered that would prevent you from singing it from the fucking rooftops until that person was pilloried.
I mean, the thing is with Michael Jackson is that Michael Jackson in some ways was almost like looked at as almost like a Christ-like figure, right?
Okay.
And so people don't want to see that, right? And you could maybe think that maybe they soiled him because maybe he was too good and they don't want that kind of image in the world. I mean, he is a false idol, right? But I mean, he did sing about a lot of dirty, degenerate stuff. He wasn't like the most cleanest dude in the world.
But I'm not purity testing either. People have pasts. People make mistakes. People do things that are unsavory. Everybody has done or said something, at least one thing, probably more things, that don't necessarily reflect who they are right now, because part of growing up is making mistakes and saying dumb shit. So
but
I'm not interested in the purity testing. I don't think that's an effective metric.
Are very. I think these dudes are very fake that are saying this, because this is supposed to be some political, like a right winger, like leaning.
I'm not even talking
this guy
about
with the mustache. They're putting that guy everywhere.
I'm not even talking about Ian Carroll or whomever else.
Whatever that
I'm
guy,
just
whoever that
talking
guy is.
about. Well, that's who that is that you have on your screen.
That
right
guy
now.
there is for sure some dude that's
okay, but that's not the point. The
he's
point
getting
is
pushed
we're
hardcore.
talking about the video.
All right.
And my whole statement was, I am increasingly inclined to believe that if people who were truly victims were able to be mollified by money, then they were more than likely not actually victims.
Yes,
and it was more than likely just a scheme to get money. Because if you have been a victim or you are the parent of a victim, you're not going to be like, oh, well, thanks so much for the check. We'll just totally let you keep doing this. They would literally never give up. So if they're able to receive a check and shut the fuck up,
because
then it's
that's not
real.
true. Because if these people are told that they're not going to get justice, the next step is to get money. They need to get something in return. They tell them this is probably what happened to them. They told him, you're not going to get justice. This guy is not going to get locked up. His legal team is ridiculously powerful. They're backed up by multi-billion-dollar record companies, right? This guy was worth a lot of money, and his catalog, even in his death, is still worth billions and billions of dollars. So they're not going to soil his image. They have a financial interest in protecting his image. So even in the face of all the evidence, they're going to always come out and say and try to soil something. Not to say that all the claims are true, but there's I believe that there's probably a lot of true ones. And so what they do is they muddy the waters and they try to say, oh, well, this person lied. So now because that person lied, now that calls all the other ones into question. And in reality, I don't believe for a second that if that was accused of a crime like that, I would not give the people a single cent. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'd be fighting that forever. He gave these people hundreds of millions of dollars. And there were many, many, many accusations of the same crime.
Yeah, of course.
And this guy was found. He was walking around. Dude, he was going to clubs with little kids. Very weird, right? Lots of little kids. He had a new little kid.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
And he had this sham marriage. When a lot of these allegations were coming up, that's when he had that little fake marriage to
But there's also
Priscilla
pictures
Presley,
of like
right?
Joaquin
or
Phoenix.
What was his name? Was that Priscilla or
Priscilla Presley? No,
it was the other
Lisa Marie Presley.
Lisa Marie, yeah.
It was their daughter. But there's also pictures of like Joaquin Phoenix at the Scorpion Club with Drew Barrymore when she was like 9.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was this outlier. And I'm not particularly taking up a torch to defend Michael Jackson. I was not a Michael Jackson
fan. But Drew Barrymore
fan.
was supposedly...
I was not, I am
she's
not
another
really
Steven
a Michael
Spielberg.
Jackson fan. Like, he's fine. He's whatever. But I'm not, like, a fan. I've heard his music. It's okay. It is what it is. Like, I'm not like, oh, my God, Michael Jackson can do no wrong. But what I'm saying is that we know that the second he paid that first person a cent...
Yes.
Everybody else in the world is going to come try to get a piece of that pie. So
yeah, I could see it from that angle.
I think a lot of it's fake. Honestly.
I could see it from that angle, but there's a lot of other smoke there, you know. And also, like Sylvester Stallone said, it was actually a good friend of Michael. He said it was a facade. He said all the stuff he gave to the world was a facade. The guy was nothing like that. He was not this meek, soft-spoken guy. He had a much deeper voice than that. He was putting on a character. And with all the allegations, they kept trying to build him up as some sanctified, saintly character who just wants to chill out with kids. That's what they did.
And that in and of itself is a very bizarre thing.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's not a bizarre thing. I just don't think that the people who were able to be mollified with a payday with money are real. Like, if you are a victim or your child is a victim and you accept a payout and you just stop talking about it and you just go on with your life and you buy a new car, you buy a new house, you're full of shit. Yeah. Period. And my mind will not be changed on it, so there is no point in trying to change my mind. Because if you have ever experienced that type of violation and assault, or you are the parent of somebody who experienced that, there is not an amount of money in this world that is high enough to make you just give it up. Oh, whatever, like, things happen. YOLO, let's go buy a Ferrari. Like, that's not real life. So if they were able to be paid off and silenced with money,
yes,
it's not real. Period. And my mind cannot be changed on that.
I think if they're told that they'll get nothing, they will not get justice, he will not be put in prison. What would you rather have? Get nothing or get something? I mean, what would you rather have? Nothing or something?
I would rather have nothing and my integrity.
Well, most people would say no to that.
Than blood money.
Most people would not agree to that. If you have a parent and they feel like this person's done wrong, they go into a civil case and they come out and they say, I want millions of dollars. And that's what they were given. Right? That's what happened. This guy coming over here saying this, oh, there's a pedo, it's not real. It's like, dude, I don't agree with that. There was just too much evidence.
Right, like he went through a lot of hardship, but he was such a kind and wonderful.
I mean, I think we could roll it. We've seen.
I know. He's such a kind and whatever. You don't know this man personally. He doesn't know him. Like I said, Sylvester Stallone knew this man personally, and he said the guy was nothing like what he gave to the public. Nothing like that.
Yeah, but that's
he
true
even
of most
said
celebrities.
that the guy did certain stuff. He even said it. He alluded to it.
Yeah, but like he's another one of those Hollywood schmucks. I don't care. Honestly,
no, he wasn't a schmuck. He seems like a down to earth guy.
Come on, get out of here.
No, he was an actual person.
Now you're gonna take up for Sylvester
Stallone was a real dude that actually wrote scripts and he worked very hard to get to his position.
He's a Hollywood
Michael
guy.
Jackson was basically.
I don't give two shits. Sylvester Stallone could stand here in front of me and I'd be like, "Fuck you, you're a Hollywood schmuck. Go die. I don't care.
Look.
Like, go die.
Sylvester Stallone worked for what he has. Okay, Michael Jackson was made, and he was sanctified when he was anointed when he was a little tiny child.
And
he was
that
like
wasn't
5
his
years
fault,
old,
bro.
Okay, I'm not blaming him, but he didn't have to work that hard for what he got.
Sylvester Stallone was like not as cute, not as talented.
He wrote
had
a bunch
to be like a middle-aged man to find success. I don't know.
Stallone wrote some scripts. He made some good movies.
Sylvester Stallone and Michael Jackson are essentially the same thing on different ends of that
spectrum.
What's
going on here, Bob?
I bet you're wondering why I got you back here, Michael. Well, I've been watching you.
I never watched WWE, so I don't know.
And I know me and you.
Who came up with this?
We have the same desires. Well, now that I've got you back here.
The Ultimate Warrior in the comments, he says, please no more, that homosexual making me vomit. And then we see a video like this. What the fuck?
Jerry, can I get a selfie? Sure. Free Palestine.
I don't care about Palestine.
I like how he's saying free Palestine because he's Jewish, right? But I could tell by that guy's face that he's also Jewish. They're both Jewish. He's fucking winning.
Yeah, but Jerry Seinfeld also was dating a high school student as a 38-year-old man. So I don't really care.
He's another weird guy. Yeah, he's almost 40 years old. He's dating
Shoshana.
He's dating
whatever.
a teenage girl.
Her name was Shoshana something or other, and he dated her while she was in high school. He would send his car to go pick her up from high school. So fuck him, honestly.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
And he's a super out and loud Zionist.
That's
he
probably
is
why.
Obviously an apostate from the religion, right? He is not actually Jewish.
He's a, what do you call it? He's a Zionist, like you said. He's not. He's a secular dude. He's not a religious guy.
He's a secular Jew, so he's not religious, but he's a Zionist, which makes no sense. But when you speak to like the actually ultra religious Jewish people, they're like mostly anti-Zionism, which is weird but interesting.
All right, give 1 second. I'm just fixing some of the stuff in the stream. Some weird videos here.
Yeah, Dark. Her name was Shoshana. I want to say Lowenstein, something with an. I think her last name was L something. Jewish. She was at a very, very a very expensive prep school in the city, and she was like 16 when he started like quote unquote dating her, and he dated her until she was, I think, in her early 20s maybe.
Yeah.
And then they like broke up, but he dated her like. While he was doing Seinfeld in his like mid to late 30s, was dating a high school student. And it wasn't like they were dating, wink, wink, just going out and getting coffee and watching movies. They were fully intimate and dating each other, and her family was aware of it, and they were like fine with it because he was Jerry Seinfeld. And that's wild to me on the subject of creepy fucking Hollywood schmucks. He's definitely one of them.
He is for sure one of them, yes. All right, people, we're going to go back to the Doom Scroll for a second. I'm just turning off some of this stuff I got here. All right. All right. If anybody's new to the show, remember, or to the page, we're live right now on the Real Food TV, people, the greatest channel on demand. Remember to subscribe. You're watching the Doom Scroll. If you want to support the channel monetarily, like I said earlier, our Venmo is in the description. We're all stars now, people, in the Doom Scroll.
That's good. That was clever. We're all stars now in the Doom Scroll.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you think of that, Bob? Sexy?
No. Wood chipper.
All right,
that's
Samantha.
One of the island boys, right?
Bob. Give 1 second. I'm going to put the audio back on, Samantha.
Come from the shop. I say, on my finished product done. You feel me? Really drip down stuff. Don't come in.
It looks like an island boy, doesn't it?
Until they wet and put it back in my head, and why they bought.
Is that an island boy?
Looks like
Can you
it.
guys tell us if you know if that's an island boy?
Dark in the comments is saying that when he was a teenager in high school, one of his friends started dating a man in his 20s. That's like a shockingly common thing where full-grown adult men will try to engage in like quote-unquote relationships with high school-aged girls. And that is extremely creepy. If you are a dude and you have a friend who does that, beat the shit out of him. And like also don't continue being friends with him because that's fucking like predator behavior.
Bob, if they're 18, isn't that legal age?
There is a really significant difference between being legal age and actually being able to meaningfully understand what you're doing in an adult sexually involved relationship.
I think it's weirder that Michael Jackson's going to.
Yeah, but that's unrelated. That's like saying I think it's weird that female hyenas have a mock penis through which they give birth.
Saying I think
we can talk about weird shit that exists in the world, but it's unrelated.
Psychologically, it's very weird that an older man would go out with a high school girl, right? I'm saying legal age, right? 18, 19
she was
years
16.
old. I'm talking about a 19-year-old, 18,
He was
19.
rolling up to, he was
a
sending his
16-year-old,
car
that's what he went out with?
To her high school and picking her up.
Wait,
she was 16.
Do you want to go look that up?
I don't need to look it up. I know it's true, but I will look it up and prove it to you because you're being a tit about it.
I'm not being a tit. I just want to know if he the actual age. Look at this, people. This is Dr. Dre. So how did he go from this, Bob, to a hardcore gangster?
Jerry Seinfeld was 38, and his girlfriend Shoshana Lowenstein was 17.
Oh, she was a Jew.
She was 17.
And she was a Jew. So he was probably trying to line her up for a wife. He wanted to get her real young, right? She was 17, which is that legal back then?
No.
What year was that?
1993.
I would look that up. I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I think it's very weird. He's a much older man. But you could tell she's Jewish, right? What was that last name?
Oh, yeah, she was Jewish.
For sure she's Jewish. I mean, that's what these people do. They get these arranged marriages. But I mean, he was an older guy. Like, you know, he, like we said, he's secular, right? He didn't have an
Oh,
arranged
you know
marriage.
what? The age of consent was 17.
That's my guess, right? But look.
But I think he met her.
It's
when
very doubtful that guy actually started dating her at 17. He probably was around her before that. I mean, you could tell, Bob, when you look at that guy. I remember when Eddie Murphy came out one time and he was exposing their like basically satanic, their basically worship of Satan in one of these things. And Jerry Seinfeld is like kind of poking Eddie Murphy like, bro, stop talking. You remember that interview? Mm-hmm. He said he spoke to Sandy Davis Jr. Sandy Davis Jr. was like, he's like Satan's just as good as God. He said something like that to Eddie Murphy. And Eddie Murphy tells Jerry Seinfeld that laughing. Jerry Seinfeld tells him to shut up.
In 93, Seinfeld met Shoshana Lonstein. He was 38, she was 17, a high schooler living with her family.
Yes.
As people said in a 1994 piece, it could have been a skit on Seinfeld, the everyman male comedian pushing 40, and the schoolgirl who captured his heart. Mm-hmm. And when you see pictures of her, she looks very young.
I mean, she was very young. I mean, she wasn't too far off from 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
You said 17?
She was 17.
Yeah, it's very young. Very, very young.
Look at this picture of them from People magazine when they started dating.
All right, I'm going to pull it up on the screen.
Like
I'm going to pull it up
daughter.
on the screen so you guys can see it. Give me 1 second. 1 second, please. We're going to look at that. All right, Bob, you brought some crazy stuff to our attention, huh? Right?
Yep. Like, look at this.
I can't look at that right now. I'm running a show. Can you?
You can look with your eyes.
All right, got it. All right, I'm looking up Jerry Seinfeld's girlfriend here.
Just look up Shoshana Lonstein, Jerry Seinfeld.
All right. So what do you think of that, Bob?
I think that that's disgusting, and I think that if you're a full-grown adult man over the age of 25 and you have a friend who is trying to like validate dating a high schooler,
and how is it? Is there a story on how he met this 17-year-old girl?
He met her in Central Park. Apparently, he was out walking around in Central Park, and he saw her, and they started talking or some bullshit like that. And she was in high school living with her parents, and he would send his car to go pick her up.
So he's basically straight up pedo Seinfeld. Yes. You're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, look,
it's disgusting.
He picked up a 17-year-old girl in Central Park.
What does a 38-year-old multi-millionaire actor with homes in multiple states have in common beyond the desire to have sex with a 17-year-old high school student?
All right, so there is
zero.
There's his high school student girlfriend.
Like, she could be his daughter.
We're looking at some pictures of Jerry Seinfeld's sex slave. I mean, she looked kind of older there, doesn't she, Bob?
I think that's a later picture.
Is that the same girl?
That's the same girl, but they were together for a little while.
Like how long?
I think they were together until she was in her
until she got
20s.
too old and he wasn't turned on by her anymore. He's like, you're old. You're 21. He's like, I don't like them when they're 21. I like them when they're. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into it. Yeah, but they're not together anymore. Did he find himself another like a 14-year-old girlfriend after that? Just keeps pushing.
They were together for 4 years.
Yeah. So she hit 20 and she wasn't doing it for him anymore, huh?
Yeah, they broke up when I guess she would have been 21.
What a good guy, huh? Look at this. You can see that there's some troubles there. Look at this guy's face in this picture, Bob. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's like, It's
gross. It's very gross. It's very sketchy.
Ultimate Warrior in the comments says that there's a video of Demi Moore kissing a 12-year-old boy. Is it her?
Put her in the wood chipper
What is
too.
it? Her son? Is that what's happening? I mean, she dated Ashton Kutcher. He was kind of young, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he was this young, right? A very young girl, man. And there's trouble in paradise. Look at this fucking picture.
Yep.
She's like, don't touch me, you dirty fuck. He's like, well, you know. He always sounded like the Jewish Bill Cosby, didn't he?
He's just gross.
He's a fucking pervert. That's what he was. He's just sexual deviant. He's out there. He sees a fucking young girl in the park. You know, this isn't normal. This is like a perverted guy. Just sees a young girl in the park. He's like, I want to date you. How old are you? I'm 17. We know this guy didn't meet this girl when she was 17. Come on. No, he didn't. Is he good friends with Woody Allen?
Probably.
I feel like he would be friends with Woody Allen, huh? Anyway, we're going to go back to speaking of gay degenerate pedos. We got Dr. Dre, Eminem's old boyfriend.
No others can. The missus say I'm cute. They say I'm fine. So you better beware because I'll blow your mind. I'm Dr. Dre.
And what does he mean by blow your mind, Bob? Is that what they called wieners back then?
Probably.
Okay.
We've got Dark in the comments saying that in the case of his friend, he asked her if her parents were okay with her dating a guy in his mid-20s, and she said they didn't care. She was 16. He was somewhere between 24 and 26.
What's up, sobers?
Yeah, in that instance, you know, Dark, you were friends with a chick, so it's kind of different. But if you now were friends with whatever age you are, I don't know how old you are, but if you now were friends with a full-grown adult man who was trying to date a high
nightmare
schooler,
fuel over here, this AI garbage.
Beat the shit out of him and never speak to him again, and maybe like report him to the police. I don't know. I mean, I don't really go in for reporting people to the police generally, but like beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Make him question every moment of his life that led to this moment.
All right, this guy's talking about 9/11. Let's hear this.
Filming it, high-fiving, and how many people know that on the morning of 9/11, a lady looked out of her apartment in New Jersey looking over to the burning tower, the first one, and saw 5 Middle Eastern looking men filming it, high-fiving and cheering. She took them to be Arabic.
They were Mossad, weren't they?
Not sure.
Eventually track them down. They're traveling around in a white van. They were Israelis. They became known as the Dancing Israelis. They were arrested and kept in custody for 71 days until the ultra-Zionist head of the criminal division of the Justice Department, Michael Chertoff, released them.
The guy took his shirt off.
And how many people know that the same Michael Chertoff released the 200 arrested in the spy ring? And they went back to Israel. These 5 dancing Israelis, 2 of which were known by the police to be Mossad agents.
So yeah, I knew that they were Mossad.
Said that they were there.
Dark says, is this the guy that talks about lizard people? Is
Probably.
does this guy talk about lizard people?
I have no idea. I don't know who this is, honestly.
9/11.
He's a well-known truther. I just forget his name.
In New Jersey.
He's the guy that I think that talked about the fluoridation in Germany in the Second World War.
But they always do this, right? Like it's 2 truths and a lie. They'll come out and say something real and then say some like wackadoo bullshit like, oh, everybody's Jewish people are secretly subterranean lizards. And you're like, all right, whatever. It's the Alex Jones
You always
effect,
got to push it to the edge. I mean, this guy looks like Mike Myers. I feel like Mike Myers should play him in a movie. Is that Austin Powers?
It does look like Mike Myers. That's actually really funny.
Get in my belly. Right? He looks just like Michael Myers. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
I think he's sort of maybe exposing something. I know about this.
But
5 dancing
thing.
Israelis.
Like,
we know it. No. He's not going to get it.
They come out and they say something.
He's going to get a goat.
And it's legit, but then they turn around and say some other like whacked out bullshit that's like obviously fake, and it taints. It's fruit of the poison tree, right?
Yes.
And that's a strategy, and we know that that's a strategy. So like at this point, I just think everything's
I mean they get, like you said, they give you some truths and then they'll go and play the fool in order to discredit the entire idea of what they're saying. Oh, well, that's the crazy guy that sucks his own dick.
Yeah.
Is that really Mike Myers there?
Hi, I'm David Beckham, and this is my.
Oh, shut up! I don't care about you, David Beckham.
I picked out.
You're a fucking twat.
Early 30s and you're a late 50s. looking. Yeah. But somehow you both look the same age there.
Is that Hugh Jackman?
Babies of blood.
What?
And put it on my face.
He's an early 30s.
Did he just say he sucked the baby's blood and put it on his face?
Yeah,
What
because
the
she's
fuck?
commenting about how he and I guess his husband look the same age, even though there's like a 20-year age gap, and he's like making an off-color joke about.
I mean, but he's
baby
gay, so he
blood.
probably puts all kinds of shit on his face.
I suck.
Dark is saying that British dude is David Icke. And
Yes.
David Icke is like known for having his like fucking cracked out theories about subterranean lizard people.
Oh, that's the guy. Yeah, so for sure he's trying to discredit the truth movement. He's probably a government guy.
So he'll come out and say something that is verifiable and true, and then
Yes.
turn around and in the next breath say some like asinine
Yeah.
bullshit.
That's what Trump does. These guys, they
Trump
come
does
out, they
it.
align themselves with the truth
all
movement in
do
an
it.
effort to discredit it. That's what they do.
Jones, Alex Jones does it. They all do it because it's all fake. It's
Yeah,
all
they do.
political theater.
They're
This is the
controlled
Hunger
op-
Games, and they are the Capitol.
They're controlled opposition. That's what they are. They're not real. Anybody that's real who says that shit online, they end up with almost no popularity. Like you see on my page over here, our page. It's not getting the clicks that it should, really. Not to toot our own fiddle, but come on. Remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV people. It's Great Shannon on Demand.
I enjoy the effortlessness with which you mix metaphors.
What?
Toot a fiddle.
Yeah, we're tooting our own fiddles. We're tooting our own.
It's the Wolf of Wall Street. Who is the face of prison reform in the
Shut
United
up! I hate you. I hate him already. Take him away.
States? Is the face of prison reform.
Shoot
If you
him.
don't believe me, Google right now Kim Kardashian standing next to President Trump having legislation signed while she's in the Oval Office. She
Oh,
made
well.
state where she was having sex with Ray J, and now she's getting legislation passed, and you're worried about a meme that you're supposed to post. You live in a country where a man fucked a porn star while his wife was pregnant, and he was still elected president. You live in a country where a man transitioned to become a woman after winning a decathlon in 1980, and then after doing so, runs over someone, kills them, runs over a second person, and 4 months later is named Woman of the Year. You live in a country where a man spends 15 months in prison for securities fraud. In a movie they make about him, he punches his wife in the stomach and then kidnaps his own child. And all of you, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. It's the Wolf of Wall Street. He punches his wife in the stomach and then kidnaps his own child. And all of you love that movie because I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. It's the Wolf of Wall Street. Who is the face of prison reform in the United
What is
States?
the point of all this? This just seems
It's
silly.
what it is. It's what do you call it? It lowers the morale of everyone, right? It's
That
almost,
guy should probably do less creatine.
he should basically. He sounds like one of these fucking pro-communist people. You live in a country that has a movie called Wolf of Wall Street that actually
You live in a country,
that
go kill
actually
yourself. Shut up, I
represents a
don't care.
person as what they were in real life. Okay, so what? So he punched his pregnant wife. All that shows you is that they weren't pulling any punches. No pun intended, right? They weren't put. They actually
That was
represented that person.
That was bad, but good.
Yes, they were represented that person exactly as they are in real life. Now, he brings up Bruce Jenner. It's a free country, people. If he wants to dress up like a fucking dinosaur or whatever the hell he wants to do,
That
he
would
can
have
do
been
that.
so much
My
more
only
interesting.
issue with it is the fact that they push it on young and vulnerable people who, and they kind of force you to believe in this. I mean, it's pseudoscience bullshit. Now, I could accept it. That's what you want to do. I don't give a shit. But they go and they rub it in your face and they tell you if you don't accept it, then you're a piece of shit and you're this and you're that. And in New York City, they made it a crime to misgender somebody.
Yep.
That's insane. All right.
But I feel like if
and
it's
the
gonna
worst,
be a
the worst
crime
part
to
of it is that they
misgender
push
you,
it on kids. That's the worst part.
My whole thing, if they're going to make it a crime to misgender the person, then the person, it should also be a crime to be clockable. Like, if you want
I mean, Bruce
me
Jenner
to
looks
call
like a straight up
you
guy, right?
Mrs. Cucumber Souffle or whatever the
Yes.
fuck you've decided your name is, then you damn well better look
Yeah.
flawless.
You got to chop your dick
You
off.
better be a doll of the highest caliber, because if you come out here and you've got a 5 o'clock shadow and you got an Adam's apple and your skin texture is not what it's supposed to be, and you sound like Marvin Gaye, like, we're gonna have a problem, because like I'm not gonna ma'am you, ma'am.
You live in a country where the president slept with another woman while he had a wife. It's like, bro, did you not know that presidents send off orders to have people killed?
Did you know?
Did you know you live in a
people?
country where your leader gives orders to bomb people?
But also, this is just pointless distraction because honestly, what happens between Donald Trump and Melania Trump is absolutely none of my business, and I don't personally fucking care.
I mean, I think the guy. I mean, the Trump is a subversion guy. You know, like I said, it's to lower the morale.
Idea that
it's to lower the bar because the president used to have to be a respectable person, right? Now it's just, oh, this guy gets his dick sucked. This other one is what, a retard who snorts coke and drives drunk. He's a fool. He's an idiot. Next one is a half a homosexual, right? His wife, they think he's got.
half a homo.
They think she's got a cock. The one after that is some raging rape or fucking rapist slash, grab him by the hoo-ha. And then he's also a super ultra racist, right?
Yeah.
It's what they just destroy the fabric of the country. They make it.
Ultimate Warrior in the comments saying Chaz Bono, but that's exactly
Chaz Bono.
There is not a human being on this planet that has eyes and has interacted with other human beings that would see Chaz Bono and think that's a man. Like it doesn't happen. You see a giant fat thing unless it stopped being fat.
Yeah, Chaz Bono. I'm a man. Don't ask me what's happening below the waist.
And it's like
that's
you're
Bruce
obviously
Jenner.
a mentally ill woman who's
It's okay,
hideous.
bro. We love everybody, but don't push that shit on kids.
I don't love anybody. I mean, I love you very much.
Don't push it on kids.
I love the people that I love, but I hate most people.
No, we don't walk around and carry hate for these people. Come on.
I don't actively hate because that requires so much effort, but if I saw them on fire, I don't know that I would make an effort to put them out.
Yes. All right, we're going to have
I'd
next.
be like, well, God has spoken.
You live in a country where there's degenerate people. We should hate this country. Let's just hear this one last time.
I don't need to hear it again.
One last time.
Country where a man transitioned to become a woman after winning a decathlon in 1980, and then after doing so runs over someone, kills them, runs over a second person, and 4 months later is named Woman of the Year. You live in a country where a man spends 15 months in prison for securities fraud. In a movie they make about him, he punches his wife in the stomach and then kidnaps his own child. And all of you love that movie because I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. It's The Wolf of Wall Street.
I never saw that movie.
Prison reform in the United States.
I never saw that movie.
I didn't either.
Who made a tape is the face of prison reform.
Because I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Right now,
I don't give a fuck
Trump.
about, Wall Street, bro, bad. I don't care. They're all bad. Everybody's bad. Shut up.
And now she's getting legislation.
Is he mixing stuff? Because he says she did a sex tape. She was with Ray J in the Oval Office.
It's just him, like, rage baiting. He's just throwing out, like, random pieces of information apropos of nothing, unconnected to each other, and he's dogpiling all of these, like, individual bad acts to, like, make some argument that the morality of the United States is in the shit can when he's pointing out, like, 5 ultra wealthy people who have no loyalty or fealty to any particular country, and the bad acts that they've done as somehow being demonstrative for the entire rest of the population. It's idiocy at its finest, and it is absolutely one of the hallmarks of short form content and why it's rotting people's brains.
Yes.
So, like, honestly, fuck that guy. He should kill himself.
Wow. I
don't care.
Wow.
He's chlorinating the gene pool. I hope he has not reproduced. I hope he does not reproduce.
That is effed up. Let's watch this video.
What happened? What happened?
What?
Stupid?
Stupid.
Drunk, G. He drunk early.
You drunk early.
Yo, you drinking too much. You drunk.
Fuck you.
You drunk. You drunk, Bobby. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Calm down, Bobby. Calm down, Bobby.
Oh, he's falling. I'm falling in and out.
He's also like 4 feet tall.
I like that he's standing next to a Coors Light sign as he's wasted.
What?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened? What happened?
No, that dude, he ain't fucking around. He's like, I don't care how big you are.
Fuck out of here, man.
That man is the human representation of a chihuahua.
He is. He's pretty tough. Look at this lady. That's a midget, right?
You're just found. Congratulations if you found these reels. You just found the only midget with. Okay, so that's actually AI.
Is it?
Yeah. There's an AI filter that puts Down syndrome features on, like, not Down syndrome people, particularly to make it, like, sexually explicit, because I guess Down syndrome is a fetish.
That's attractive.
there's like a fetish for it, and a lot of the accounts that post this stuff are fake, and it leads back to a spicy site. So yeah, that's probably that is most likely an AI filter that is taking.
What is it that people
want
to fuck? They want to do sexual things to vulnerable people.
Yes.
So this is almost like a form of pedo stuff, right?
Well, it is sexual violence.
I've seen it before. I saw like some attractive Downs girl that's on what's this thing, Instagram, and she's of age. You know, she's in her 20s or mid 20s.
Yeah,
or something.
but
it's like when you look at it, you're like, there's like something about it that's not attractive because she's. I mean, I'm not to be an asshole, but she's Downs, so it just seems.
Because you understand that like
it seems wrong.
It is wrong.
Yeah.
But this is apparently a thing where these scammer accounts out of like fucking Bangalore and Pakistan and wherever else are stealing content from non-Down syndrome creators and using AI to map
but I feel like
Down's features to their face.
But in a way, they're trying to condition people to be into this vulnerable group.
Well, it's the hyper commodification of sexual fetishes.
That's like a fetish now?
It's a fetish.
Downs people?
Yep.
I mean, look. I mean, if you're into Drew Barrymore, then you like Downs people, right? Or that girl from the show Last of Us, the one who plays Ellie.
Yeah. Who is very ironically named Bella. That's hilarious.
That is messed up, yeah.
That is cruel.
That
Her parents should have been like, shit, we fucked up, and she needs to be named Beatrice.
Yes.
Like they needed to see her at like 7 years old and go, we fucked up.
Yep.
She needs a different name. Bella is false advertising. Could you imagine your friend's like, oh, hey, I think you'll really get along with this girl. Her name is Bella. And then you show up to the bar and that's what's waiting for you? I would beat the shit out of my friend and I would be like, you are not my friend. You're a demon. Get out of here. Get thee behind me, Satan.
All right, Bob, what do you have to say about this? Look at this.
Oh, ladyboy? Yeah.
No. I don't believe you. I don't believe you either.
On a scale from 1 to 10 of a woman, does that look like a woman to you?
I mean, it has a lot of the secondary characteristics. Like, it has a feminine face, a feminine voice.
You're not a lady?
Yes.
What are you?
I'm Lady Boy. And you don't believe me?
You see the cameraman's like looking him up and down.
Yeah, the
like
cameraman went right to the crotch.
He's like, what? He's like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't even know that was a man.
No. I'm Lady Boy.
I'm Lady Boy. This one's one of the funniest ones.
So
on the
he
internet.
needs to stop using his like fake falsetto and be like, my name's
Well, the
Juan.
funny thing about this is the fact that this guy is like obsessing over this tranny. Like, he's like, what?
What are you?
I'm Lady Boy.
You're a beautiful woman. And this the tranny's like, I'm a boy.
You are not.
And he's touching him. You are not a boy. I think he's telling himself that. He wants to believe that it's not a boy.
No.
You are gorgeous.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you either.
Oh, why?
You're a lady.
You're a lady.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Rich. You already know. Look. Meow.
I feel like that's rap right now.
He says it says rap in the year 2070.
Listen, we could take that clip of a goat and pitch shift it down and say that it's mumble rap and nobody would know.
I like this guy's verse. This guy's verse is better than the other guys. Bob, let's just hear this and we'll comment on it. I mean, this is a statement on how rap just keeps degrading. I remember when I was in like elementary school, I'm like, or high school, I was like, it can't get worse than this. And then trap rap was like, hold my beer.
So it's your fault. You
it just kept getting worse.
You challenged it to be worse,
but Bob,
and it rose to the occasion.
It keeps getting worse. This is what these guys are saying. They're saying in the year 2070,
I hate everything.
this is what rap's going to sound like. Let's listen to this guy, the green guy.
So much.
The Pikachu guy. Let's hear this.
Oh my gosh. That's a ripoff of that. Who was that
Dave
comedian?
Chappelle.
There you go.
We gave him a goat.
Candace, didn't Jesus
Rabbi
say you're
Shmuley.
supposed to love your enemies? When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When Jesus said that the meek shall inherit the earth, if you are a
She
Christian...
probably turned it in certain ways, but not the cheeks on her face.
Here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture. The one that's relevant to me is, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley.
They do this shit, this whole anti-Jew shit. This is so typical, right? Oh, the right wing are all Nazis. They hate the Jews. And like, what's interesting about that is, for the most part, this is being pushed by people with small hats.
Yep.
They're pushing this narrative. The company that owns this site that this is being played on is owned by Facebook. Guess who owns Facebook? A Jewish guy. It's a
Zuckerman.
Jewish company, which is, the other stuff is all. And is Google connected to that in some way?
I think.
But I know this one.
I think the owner of Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, is an Indian. Or
I mean,
something
look,
like that.
the Facebook is literally coated with the colors of Israel, right? Is it not? It's blue and white, right? That's what it is. And you notice all these companies have the blue and white, the blue and the white. You're going to see it. And there's a couple more of them, some of the big ones. I know that Facebook's one of them. They're coated with the blue and white. So like I said, they're pushing this anti-Jew narrative on Jewish platforms, which is kind of interesting that they allow it to continue. Makes you think they want you to see it, right?
Delicious flavors.
And that's probably what it is.
And with rice and spinach cooks all together, which not only minimizes dirty dishes, it also saves
Did
time.
she use Country Crock? Fuck that bitch. That's not even real
Oh my
butter.
God, Bob, do you really need to curse her out?
I hate everybody.
People, Country Crock is fucking toxic.
Country Crock is
crock
best
of
used
shit.
for lubricating like fucking lug nuts. Shut up. Go die.
Country Crock is a great way to destroy your internal organs.
Someone needs to walk into that kitchen and punch
it's
that
literally
bitch in the face.
a poison. It destroys your circulatory system.
The soup Nazi
It's
has
made
arrived.
out of machine chemicals. If you guys want to eat butter, don't eat. I can't believe it's not butter. Eat actual butter. That shit is not
we know
butter.
somebody who like
That is not butter.
is Team Country Crock, and Fu was like, "This is why you look like a fucking ghoul."
She looks like the Crypt Keeper. We can't say her
You
name.
look like a ghoul.
One time I told her, that fake butter is actually terrible for you. You know that?
She's like,
and she was like, and then her husband's over here, and he's eating raw butter. He's making butter from raw cow's milk, and he's healthier than her, and he's
bopping
older than
around.
her, and he's ex-military. He's been through a lot more. He's walking around at Lowe's. He's in his almost 80 years old. He's walking around nice and strong, right?
Yeah.
She's
He's
over here
delightful.
whittling
She's
away.
a fucking ghoul.
Yeah, she's like a ghoul.
She looks like she's been dead for 75 years.
I mean, she's kind of a nasty person, but we love her just the same.
I
Bob?
don't. Her husband's cool, but like she could fucking kick rocks.
Oh my God! Don't
Take
be
a long
don't
walk
be
off
mean.
a
Don't
short
be mean.
pier. I'm not being mean. I'm being
All right,
honest.
so this lady that's a crock. Also, don't eat all that fucking broccoli or spinach, people. It's not good for you. You can actually get kidney stones from that, and I'm pretty sure that Country Crock of shit is probably full of calcium. So that mix of that calcium
Good. Have
and
a
that's
stroke.
those greens is going to give you some fucking problems. Wait a minute, I forgot to do this. And just for people who don't know, we're going to start doing some critiques, some food critiques on our other show called Trust the Science. If you want to watch that and you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV, the greatest channel on demand. It really is effing amazing. We're moving on. This video sucks. It's an advertisement, and it gets one of these, you fucking asshole. Okay, we've got Trump's son.
That's wild. Find that one. That one's nuts too. That one's completely bizarre.
There's a series of books from I think it's the late 1800s or something.
Yeah.
About.
Oh God.
Here, but it's like
Baron Trump is not a time traveler.
Oh, that again.
Jesus Christ.
Like a guy from Manhattan to be
I heard this before. People are calling Baron Trump a time traveler. They're relating him to and the Trump family to Alice in Wonderland. You know that, Bob?
I am unsurprised, but Alice
And
in
of course,
Wonderland
it's
is
going to
a
be
math
on
puzzle.
Joe Rogan. You know.
Joe Rogan's another one who go right into the wood chipper.
Yeah,
I need a really big wood chipper.
Yeah, we can't trust Joe.
I need like an industrial wood chipper.
What is this?
Very popular in Vietnam. Before making this delicacy, chefs will give it a full body spa. They'll add salt, lemon,
Smelliest food.
Oh God.
All right, we're gonna Bob. When you talk, it ducks the audio down. Let's be silent and just hear this in the very beginning, and we'll comment on it.
Vagina. Although it's very smelly and contains a lot of bacteria, eating too much can cause cancer, but its unique taste is very popular in Vietnam.
What did he say? Eating vagina? Sorry, people. What did that say in the beginning?
One of the smelliest foods in the world, pig vagina.
Pig
Although
vagina.
It's very smelly and contains a lot of bacteria, eating too much can cause cancer, but its unique taste is very popular in Vietnam. Before making this delicacy, chefs will give it a full body spa.
That's AI.
They'll add salt,
This is
lemon,
fake.
and white
The
wine.
voice is fake.
The hand, the whole thing is fake. Look at the hands.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fake.
Yeah. I'm
No,
pretty sure.
that looks real.
Look at the kid eating it on the
You might
plate.
think
His
the chef
hands
is
are all
joking,
fucking weird.
But no, this is very serious
Oh,
work.
so it's fake. Oh, that's fucking gross. Still, all this AI people, this should be outlawed. Let's go back. We're gonna look at the kid's hands. All right, where's the kid's hands?
See, look at his hands.
You're fucked up. I mean,
Yeah,
his thumb's a bit too big there. Yeah, fuck you with your fake pig vagina. I thought that was real vagina. It's not. It's not real pig vagina. Disgusting.
My love for music in the womb. My mother was a singer.
Shut up! I don't care. Go away.
He's Indian. That's disgusting. You're gonna do that, somebody. You're gonna bite your fucking fingers off. He's an Indian black belt, Bob. Would you try this technique?
No.
The Israel in the Bible is not the same Israel as today. And I know what
You
you're
see,
thinking.
people. Remember, I told
I think
you.
that's fake. I think that's an AI. That's an AI account.
It
Look at his
could be,
face.
but the thing is what I said. They just keep pushing these anti-Jewish messaging, and they allow it on Jewish sites.
Bible.
They
It's
want
not.
to create this kind of hostility towards Jews.
First,
Or,
Israel-
because if they can weaponize you and say you're anti-Semitic, then they can do certain things to you.
all night long. And after that, God changed his name to Israel, which means he struggles with God. Second, Israel became a nation.
Go back just a little bit.
Israel actually means. They think that the modern Israel is the same
Bob's
as
going to step away for a second. People should be right back. We're going to analyze
the
this.
Bible. Israel means. The Israel in the Bible is not the same Israel as today. And I know what you're thinking, and you're already jumping into conclusions, but hear me out. People are over here fighting and debating over a misunderstanding of what Israel actually means. They think that the modern...
I'm just going to say Israel is a honorific. That's what it's supposed to be. They named a piece of land after it, but as far as I know, it's an honorific given by God. It's kind of weird that a bunch of people took an honorific that is given by God and applied it to themselves. So what would that tell you? That would tell you that they think they're God, I guess, right?
Hear me out. People are over here fighting and debating over a misunderstanding of what Israel actually means. They think that the modern Israel is the same as the Israel God promised in the Bible. It's not. In the Bible, Israel means two things. First, Israel was a person. In Genesis 32, Jacob wrestled with God, literally fought him all night long. And after that, God changed his name to Israel, which means he struggles with God.
I'm just going to back up. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to mean what he thinks. It's not an actual literal struggle, right? He's wrestling with God. Basically, I would say what I think that is, that's symbolic, right? That is wrestling with the creator, right? It's like a person who just questions the faith, right? Which in many ways can actually strengthen your faith. So he wrestled with God, right? He had these questions. He questioned him. He doubted him, and so on. And in the end, he was defeated by God, right? He was defeated by God, and God respected him because because he had questioned his faith. I guess in some ways he really tried to understand these teachings. That's what I get from it. So he wrestled with God, and then in the end he was given that honorific. He had come back. He had gone through that journey and come back to God. So in many ways that'll make your faith even stronger, right? So he's kind of like reborn in a way.
They think that the modern Israel...
He says it's literal wrestling.
...got promised in the Bible. It's not. In the Bible, Israel means two things. First, Israel was a person. In Genesis 32, Jacob wrestled with God, literally fought him all night long. And after that, God changed his name to Israel, which means he struggles with God. Second, Israel became a nation. Jacob's 12 sons became the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people. But hear this out. They were not chosen because of their land. They were chosen because of God's promise. The nation of Israel existed under kings like David and Solomon. But guess what? They lost their land. They were exiled because they turned away from God. Fast forward today, Israel was founded in 1948 as a political state. But that's not the same as biblical Israel. It's not ruled by biblical law. Not everyone there is a descendant of the 12 tribes. And the land does not define God's people. Faith does. So when people think that defending modern day Israel is the same as defending God's chosen people, no, you're missing the whole point of scripture. God's Israel was never about land, but about a relationship with him.
All right, Bob's back.
In the Bible is not the same Israel as today. And I know what you're thinking, and you're already jumping into
All right, so Bob, you wanna say something about this video here where the guy's talking about Israel? You hear it?
They think that the modern Israel is the same as the...
All right, so you heard it already? Would you like comment on it, or you want to go forward?
I think that what you were saying is correct, that it's this whole push, and while there are definitely valid criticisms to have about Israel, while there are definitely some very sketchy things that the Small Hat crew are doing, I think that the mainstreaming of this like unilateral, almost monolithic perspective is concerning. And so I'm pretty sure that guy is AI.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I got a buzzing feedback in my ear. Do you hear that?
No, I don't.
Every once in a while, I hear like a feedback. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I turn this off. Hopefully that wasn't in the entire show. There is definitely a minor feedback in here. I'll have to fix that later. Check. Just give me one moment. Sorry, people. I hear feedback in there.
It's like apocalyptic, you know.
Look at that.
So now what are these people supposed to do? They're supposed to go back to that?
That's crazy because they said they bombed these houses, these apartments, these hospitals because...
You notice how all the stuff is kind of this anti-Israel stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say that what these people are doing is right.
Oh, I absolutely
but
think
it's
Israel
constant.
should be bombed off the planet. But
It's like one video after another.
And your kids are there. Do you want them to blow up the fucking school?
Great point. These houses, these apartments, these hospitals because they're using people as human shields. Hamas is there, but how is Hamas in
I don't think there's ever been like actual...
How dumb do you have to be? Like, these motherfuckers are reciting what Israel tells them in the propaganda. They're using their children as human shields. How are they using their kids as human shields when these fucking people are being drone striked?
Yeah.
They're dropping bombs in their homes. They're using them as human shields? What? You guys are just retarded, and this is your conservative movement.
Supposed to do? They're supposed to go
It
back
is
to
very
that.
stupid.
That's crazy because they said they bombed these houses, these apartments, these hospitals because...
But again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier in the show, that
how is
the
Hamas
majority
in
of
every
people
house?
don't want to
Well,
be
let's just talk about
tasked
that
with
for a second.
thinking.
I
They
don't-
don't want to be tasked with making an informed decision. They don't want to be tasked with having an unpopular opinion. They want to go to a job, work 40 hours a week, be given 1 hour for lunch, 2 15-minute breaks or whatever the case may be, go home, eat their dinner, and sit in front of the television and participate in consumer culture. Like, that's what the majority of human beings want to do.
Yes.
They want someone to tell them what they're supposed to think, how they're supposed to feel, and what team they're supposed to root for during sports ball season.
Yeah.
Like, that's what many, if not most people want out of their lives.
All right.
So that's why you have this hyper conformity, because people are exhausted. The news cycle is purposefully overwhelming. It's purposefully out of control, and people don't have the bandwidth to deal with it. They just want somebody to tell them who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, make sure the good guys are wearing the white hats, the bad guys are wearing the black hats, and then they can be home to watch their YouPorn in peace by 6 p.m.
All right, we're going to listen to this video one more time. I'm going to put on the Doom timer. Bob wants to go on for another 10 minutes after this, but this is the 10-minute warning for the show, people. All right?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's not what you do. You don't kill fucking civilians. They could be conducting
these houses, these apartments, these hospitals, because they're using people as human shields. Hamas is there, but how is
Hamas was actually funded by Israel. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there.
Israel.
They're created and funded by Israel. Let's hear this video. I just want to hear it in its entirety.
How is Hamas in every house?
Well, let's just talk about that for a second. I don't give a fuck if Hamas is in a hospital. That doesn't give you the right to blow it up.
Right.
Just like if there's a fucking school shooter in a school and your kids are there, do you want them to blow up the fucking school?
Great point. Great point. Yeah. During the riots during George Floyd, we didn't drop bombs on those people rioting and stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's not what you do. You don't kill fucking civilians. They could be conducting operations, kicking in doors, killing Hamas leaders. They don't need to carpet bomb refugee camps. They don't need to fucking blow up hospitals. They don't need to blow up mosques.
Right.
I don't care if there is a bad guy in there. If there's a bunch of women and children, you don't fucking blow it up.
And then when you look at this drone footage of a Gaza,
it's like apocalyptic.
The thing is that if they blow them the fuck up, then they can just make up whatever fucking story they want. They can just say, oh, there was tons of people in there. They can literally, like they said, carpet bomb that whole area and then say, yeah, Hamas was everywhere. Right? Proof, please. Oh, they were just there. They used their kids as human shields. Like, it's ridiculous. They keep giving these people weapons. It's disgusting.
And I think what's also like relevant and what's kind of interesting is that many of the surveillance infrastructure entities that are being leveraged globally are owned, operated, and developed by Israel.
Yes.
And usually ex-Mossad Israeli individuals. So when you think about like Larry Ellison and Oracle, primarily Israeli company. When you think about any of those entities that are like hyper surveillance state entities, they all go back to Israel. So it's very interesting to me that Israel is essentially allowing this propaganda. And I think that part of why they're stoking these flames of like Jewish people are evil and all this is it's a honeypot, right?
Yeah.
They're using this sentiment to flag people who agree with that idea and monitor their behavior.
Yes.
So
I mean, that was part of the whole Sandy Hook thing. My theory is that what they did is they intentionally had this guy crack this big ass smile. So then people go on there and they go and they speculate. Because there was a lot of fishy stuff about that case. And then when they started seeing these people spring up all these opinions and videos, boom, they just went through all of them and just deleted all their channels. They were able to find all of them.
Like Red Silverjay.
Oh, there's so many of them. There were so many of them they removed. And then they put it on Alex Jones's head and he goes and he throws them all under the damn bus.
He's
That's
like,
what he
I was
did.
addicted to sleep meds or
Yeah, it was all fake, man. I'm crazy.
Or was that Roseanne Barr who was like, I was on Ambien?
What'd you say, Bob?
I think Roseanne Barr was the one who was like, I took Ambien and drank.
Yeah, I'm crazy. You know what Roseanne Barr doesn't have?
Great ass!
Exactly, Bob. She doesn't have a great ass. You know who does? Just kidding. That's maybe nasty ass.
Everything's a reflection of this.
I don't know why that says Foo Gaming on it. Why?
Huh? Where?
Is this the cocksucker residence?
All right, let's hear this video.
Just literally, the further this is away from you, the better. We're seeing a higher rate of testicular cancer on young men because they put their phone. Get your phone out of your pocket. Get it away from your testicles.
That's crazy.
Yes. So back when these were smaller and women put them in their breasts, we saw breast cancers the shape of that lithium battery in there. This is radioactive. So you get it off your person. You speak on...
People, I tell Bob this all the time. There's actually warnings on your phones. You're not supposed to be pressing those things against your body. You do, you're prone to getting cancer. You can get a brain tumor. You can get, like she said, testicular cancer. You can get all kinds. You can get cancer in your hand from holding these phones.
phone in its settings tells you how far it has to be off of your body to prevent cancer. It tells you if you go to your settings to general, you scroll all the way down to legal and regulatory. Who knew this was in the BIOS? Do you see it? I'm in it. Legal and regulatory, click it. The very bottom one says RF exposure. That stands for radio frequency exposure. And then it tells you, mine is on the second paragraph. This must be 5 millimeter separation off of your body. It's about a pencil eraser. So they're covered when you get brain cancer because you put your phone to your head.
I always speak on speakerphone.
You bet you do. Distance is your friend with radio frequency, with electromagnetic fields. But they just came out with a study. It just literally, the further this is away from you, the better. We're seeing a higher rate of testicular cancer on young men because they put their phone.
That's a downer, people. Just so you know that phones can be dangerous. You don't want to have it on your body.
Netanyahu's statement that the Jewish people are not occupiers in their own land, including in the eternal capital, Jerusalem.
Let me be clear. God is eternal. His word is eternal, and so are the Jewish people. Judaism forbids Zionism. The Jewish people never ever sought to gain sovereignty of the Holy Land till the Zionist, godless founders hijacked our name. But it was never us. Our grandparents lived in the Holy Land in peace with their Arabic neighbors. They were friends and colleagues. Zionists wanted to create a Jewish nationality and destroyed it all to achieve it. Netanyahu, you do not represent us.
Thanks for the message.
Today I'm partnering with Heart.
A lot of his Sids aren't big into the whole Israel
And
thing.
they are
Like they
correct.
literally try to pay those people to live in Israel, and they refuse. A lot of them.
With Heart Healthy Masola corn oil being a staple in our kitchen, they pair together perfectly.
Heart healthy, like corn oil. People, that shit ain't heart healthy. That's
Yikes.
highly inflammatory. That will damage and that will destroy your circulatory system.
To shine through. I'd love to know
They
what
call
your
this shit heart healthy. It should
None of that looks appealing.
It should
Like
be
that-
a crime to say
I mean,
that's
the meat
heart healthy.
looks all right, but that bean slop, no thank you.
It's Spanish, I think. I think those.
I don't care what it is. I'm not gonna eat
I think
it.
those are lentils. I don't even know if that's Spanish.
I don't care.
Like, oh, corn oil is a staple in our kitchen. That shit is toxic.
She and her corn oil can go.
But
jump
look
off
what
a
she
bridge.
says. She says heart healthy.
partnering with Heart Healthy Masola corn oil to make these classic lentejas a la
Heart
mexicana.
destroying Mazola corn oil.
I can remember eating lentejas ever since I was little, and with Heart Healthy Masola corn oil being a staple in our kitchen, they pair together perfectly. Here I'm sauteing the veggies, and this adds so much flavor.
She mixing that shit with a plastic thing that you're supposed to be using to spread fucking icing on a cake. What's wrong with these people? They ever heard of a damn wood spoon? They're always using plastic shit. Now she got a wood spoon. Why didn't you have it before?
Masola corn oil.
Because
to
she's
make
an
these
idiot.
classic
She's mixing fucking hot things with a plastic, something plastic that you use for icing on a cake.
Masola corn oil.
All right, this
being-
lady's an idiot. I just got to say it. I'm sorry, Sobers. I had to say it.
This adds so much flavor. You have to try it.
Let me tell you something that we gotta fix drum-wise.
Ow, don't fucking ever do that again, ever.
Would you put some fucking shoes
Don't
on?
tell me what to do. You shouldn't put your foot under his wheel.
Okay, now can I show you the flaw in the drumming? Let me tell you something that we gotta fix drum-wise.
Ow, don't fucking ever.
He's like Mike Tyson when Jake Paul stepped on his toe.
Hey ChatGPT, if you were the devil, how would you destroy men in the 21st century?
If I were the devil and I wanted to destroy men in the 21st century, I'd start by removing their sense of purpose. I'd make them comfortable with mediocrity. I'd drown them in distractions, video games, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment, until years slip by and they wonder why they never built anything meaningful. I'd distort masculinity itself. I'd make strength seem toxic, leadership oppressive, and responsibility a burden. I'd make men ashamed of being men, stripping them of their natural role as protectors and providers, leaving them directionless, weak, and dependent. I'd promote pleasure over progress. I'd make them chase dopamine hits instead of real fulfillment. porn instead of real relationships, junk food instead of health, short-term gains instead of long-term success. I'd make vice feel like freedom and discipline feel like imprisonment. I'd sever them from faith. I'd make them believe that religion is outdated, that submission to God is weakness, and that morality is subjective. I'd fill their minds with nihilism and hedonism until they believe life has no real meaning beyond chasing their next high. I'd keep them alone, weak, and vulnerable, because a man with no tribe, no purpose, and no faith is the easiest to control.
So that's basically exactly what's happening right now, Bob. Bob, do you want to go on for another 10 minutes or you're done?
We can do another 10 minutes, but that is going to have to be the last 10 minutes because I have.
Okay, yeah, I know this. You got to get up early. All right, so this is the guy from that's the guy from the Ukraine, right? Zelensky.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of the KGB, that guy?
Putin was.
Oh, I thought they made it like the other guy was.
No.
I'm blue, I would beat off a guy. I would beat off a guy.
Pretty gay.
I'm blue, I would beat off a guy. I would beat off a guy. I would. Fuck, dude. What?
He's like, fuck, dude. Oh, I guess he didn't know what the lyrics were, huh, Bob?
I'm guessing.
I'm blue, I would beat off a guy. I would beat off a guy.
But he says he's blue. Wouldn't that be like, what, blue balls?
I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is fake.
Yeah, I know. It is funny in a way, yeah?
It is.
Oh, that's an advertisement. Fuck that.
Washington, play vulner and racist. Thanksgiving celebrates Native genocide. Thomas Jefferson.
Oh my God.
600 slaves. Christmas, pagan holiday. Jesus wasn't his name and he wasn't white.
And he wasn't white, okay.
Washington, play vulner and racist. Thanksgiving celebrates Native genocide.
As well as certain people in your audience, not Jewish people in general, but certain people, especially in your audience, to Nazis. Now, that is extremely offensive when certain people are German, and they're also extremely offensive to people who've actually suffered under Nazi rule.
I don't respect that anymore. I really don't. I don't like and I don't respect the crocodile tears the crocodile tears. Allow me to finish. And my late father was in Auschwitz. My late mother was in Majdanek concentration camp.
Oh God, always with this, huh?
Family on both sides was exterminated.
What is this? The Victim Olympics?
And it's precisely
my great-grandmother, who I never met, was killed. She was migrated to Israel.
It's like, okay.
And I will not be silent when Israel commits its crimes against the Palestinians.
That's messed up. He literally admitted their crimes.
Despicable.
Oh my, he's calling people spics now? That is disgusting. This guy's an asshole. I'm just gonna bleep him. He's obviously an anti-Semitic racist. And you know that's what they are, right, Bob? You know that the Palestinians are Semitic people.
Did you actually listen to what he was saying? Because he was agreeing with you.
He was not agreeing because he was talking about the Jews and how they were killed.
No, what he was saying was because the person who commented was saying it's offensive to compare Israel to Nazis.
Let's hear it again.
Blah, blah,
Let's hear it
blah,
again. I didn't hear it correctly, so we're gonna clarify. I'm sorry, people. Bob might got it right.
That is extremely offensive when certain people are German, and they're also extremely offensive to people who've actually suffered under Nazi rule.
I don't respect that anymore. I really don't. I don't like and I don't respect the crocodile tears the crocodile tears. No. I'm sorry, folks. Allow me to finish. And my late father was in Auschwitz. My late mother was in Majdanek concentration camp. Every single member of my family on both sides was exterminated. Both of my parents were in the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. And it's precisely and exactly because of the lessons my parents taught me and my 2 siblings that I will not be silent when Israel commits its crimes against the Palestinians. And I consider nothing more despicable than to use their suffering and their martyrdom to try to justify the torture, the brutalization, the demolition of homes that Israel daily commits against the Palestinians. If you had any heart in you, you would be crying for the Palestinians, not for what's inside.
All right. You were right, Bob. What the fuck?
I know I was right.
Should I give him a goat for that?
You like popped off, and I was like, "Were you even listening, bro?"
I'm trying to. It's hard to hear it. I'm managing a lot of stuff, people. I'm sorry I missed it. I'll give him a goat for that. But he's a traitor to his people. That's a joke. That's a joke. But I mean, it's just the whole thing. I feel like it is in a way the victim Olympics. But you know, he clarified that
because what she was doing was she was saying, "Oh, it's offensive. You can't compare Israelis to Nazis. People could be hurt by that," and he was like, "Fuck you." First of all,
yeah, I get it because he's a Jew, so he gets to say that, right? So it has more weight when he says it.
Yeah.
Because they do that. They tell people that they're anti-Semitic, but that doesn't really work when you're a Jew. You know, you're not anti-Semitic anymore, right? But also, just going back, I mean, maybe it's not. It's kind of relevant. The Palestinians are Semitic people. That's just a fact. They're Semitic blood, Semitic language. Yeah. That's deep. Bob?
Yeah.
I thought you
Call me Betty.
So you know the way that they always depict samurais and like warlords in Japan as sitting, where they're sitting on their heels? Do you know why samurai sat like that and feudal lords sat like that? So that was actually an intentional thing. When you sit like that, it cuts off blood supply to your calves and your feet. Your legs go numb very, very quickly. During the Warring Kingdoms period in Japan, in feudal Japan, before Edo, which was the original name for Tokyo, sort of consolidated power, in order to ensure that the samurai were not going to try to assassinate the feudal lord that they were meeting with, they would sit like that as a way of showing respect because it essentially crippled them.
Yes.
Because you cannot move quickly when you have no sensation in your legs. And some of the meetings that occurred were like several hours long. So they would sit in that position, which was actually incredibly painful, that put them at a physical disadvantage to demonstrate that they were not going to try to kill them. So when you see samurai sitting in that like very uncomfortable position where they're sitting on their heels, that was an intentional thing. Like they were intentionally putting themselves in significant discomfort and putting themselves at a significant disadvantage as a sign of respect and submission.
All right. Speaking of samurais, people, look at this guy.
Synthol.
Yeah, it looks like Synthol. That's that crazy Synthol guy.
1 round, ring, knock, 1 minute, and sleep. Yes.
You know how dangerous that is, Bob, to do that to your arms? You could actually lose your limbs doing that, or your life. He put all these chemicals in there, and that shit, you could tell it's all full of infection. That does not look good. It looks like he has a disease.
Let's go sleep.
Wow, I can't believe we're...
Yeah, boy. Quiet.
Wait, is that real?
When I get a serious craving for something I want to eat,
I need some cheese, tomatoes and olives, and maybe even some meat. I need some pizza, 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 pizza.
Bob, it says to send this to somebody. Send this and then tell they block you.
Pizza, pizza, pizza. I go to David's Pizza.
David's Pizza, 209-477-2677.
All right, Bob. Would that make you go to David's Pizza?
I mean, probably. I'd be like,
I mean, I don't
damn,
really eat
that
pizza,
is
but
that
I
is a
think I
high
would go.
level, a high caliber of advertising. I need to understand better. I need to try this pizza, but I don't eat pizza. We make pizza. We don't eat flour because that's peasant food. We make pizza, and it's delicious. Isn't it delicious?
It is delicious. And with that said, people, the timer's come to an end. Bob, you're done?
We could probably do 10 more
You wanna
minutes.
do 10
but
more?
We gotta
late.
really just turn it off
All
after
right.
10 more minutes.
Yeah, I'm not forcing you, Bob.
You are.
If you're open to it,
You're,
all right,
you're
we're going back.
pressuring me.
I'm not pressuring you. I'm
are.
not trying to pressure you. Okay, we're gonna go on for 10 more minutes.
For something I want to.
Do I know you?
Depends on who's asking.
Oh, you must not know me, huh? Get in the car, baby. Get in the car.
It seems kind of threatening, doesn't it?
It does.
Woo, finally. Ready to go, baby? Seatbelt on.
Where are we going?
Girl, we got 600 miles in this tank. We can go anywhere you want. It's a hybrid. Look at this. Uh-huh. Yeah, we bougie now. All right, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
It's cute. Is it comfortable though? You know I need luxury, sir.
What you mean, is it comfortable? Girl, sit back and enjoy the ride. Ventilated seats, sunroof, bam. Yeah, go ahead, sit back and relax.
Okay.
All right. This is an advertisement. This is garbage. This shit is not funny. It's nothing. It's just an ad. Oh my God, Bob! Look at that, sexy, huh?
That was horrifying.
Marcel, chiqui chiqui pom pom, chiqui chiqui pom pom.
This is like Danny Trejo's gay cousin. Oh my God! Oh my God! He looks like Charles Bronson in Bizarro World.
Good man. Well done.
Okay.
Oh, you got something.
This looks fake. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
It's like Jackass or something. What's that say on the top there? Something SS original? Is that what that
Early
says?
Japanese hardcore punk, 1979.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like regular, typical punk.
I just have no idea what they're saying.
I mean, do we really understand what most of the punk is saying?
It's true.
There's Trump being in his true form. This man is officially president. What is he doing there, Bob?
I have no idea.
He just dropped something in there? I got gay. Is this supposed to be stabbing him, right?
Yeah.
Gay!
I have partnered with Mazola.
Oh no, it's that again. This bitch. This is just advertising for Mazzola, isn't it? It's some trash.
Spoon of Mazola corn oil to our pan, and then we're gonna add the sauce. We're gonna add the water, and then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of tomato bouillon. We're going to stir and cook for a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna add all of our veggies. In my home, all meals start with Mazola corn oil because it is heart healthy and has a neutral taste that lets all the authentic flavors of our dish shine through. After forming and adding our meatballs, we're gonna cook it for 30 more minutes, and then it's done. Mazola corn oil is a must in all
Oh,
my
shut up. We fucking hate you. I gave you a heart by. Ah, shit. Okay. Sorry, people. I brought the little phone up. Brought the bed.
Goodness.
I accidentally hit something I shouldn't have hit. This lady's annoying me with this Mazzola oil shit.
I have partnered with Mazola corn oil to bring you this delicious caldo de albóndigas.
She is a disgrace to Mexicans. I can tell she's Mexican.
We're gonna add
What a piece of shit. She's trying to sell Mexicans this fucking toxic oil. Sobers, don't consume that. Warn BDA. Warn all the Mexicans. I'm helping you guys.
everyday low prices.
Right, Bob?
Yep.
Check it out.
Is called usury. Usury is illegal. So in Christian nations, lending money for an interest rate was illegal. So because it was illegal for the Christians, who did the lending? The Jews. So there was Christians who could lend for 0% or didn't lend at all. And then these people called the Jews would come over and start lending money.
Again, Bob, you see how it's just this is a Jewish platform. And they just keep pushing anti-Jew, anti-Jew, anti-Jew. It's just interesting, isn't it?
It is.
It kind of makes you think they want people to be anti-Jew.
As I said before, I think it's a honeypot.
Yes. Yeah.
What law is there to say I got to like you? Do you want to stand up in my face and ask me some damn fool-ass question like that? Talk about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit.
I think I can act. I could do this. I can act just as good as this guy, I think.
Straighten up, fool. Straighten up, goddammit. Bob, come here. Come here, Bob. What you doing, girl?
I will shoot you.
Talk to me. Yes, sir.
You better look at me when I talk to you, boy. I mean, girl. Bob. Samantha. I mean, Bob.
Because I like you. You is the biggest fool I ever saw. It is my job.
Did he die?
It is my job.
Wait, did he die?
Yes, yes, he passed away.
That's sad. Did I know that?
I think you did. You probably forgot. Yeah, James Earl Jones was a pretty good actor.
I have too many things in my brain, and I can't
But
organize them all
I feel
the
like it's
time.
just a bunch of screaming. I mean, he's doing almost like a wrestling promo.
It is my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand, don't give me my money.
He also looks a bit like a carp.
Because
He does. He looks like our dog Gizmo. What is she, a Shih Tzu?
She's a Shih Tzu Maltese.
Yeah, she's like a Shih Tzu Maltese.
A
yeah.
Malshi.
Look at that face he's doing. This is so cheesy. Oh, this is sexy. This is sexy, Bob.
I don't know if it's sexy. It looks a bit like she's possessed.
She like
but-
turned into a fish. Why does that frame rate look so weird? Some crazy shit.
All the people keep running away.
Yeah. We'll get hit with some copyright for that probably. Why is it gone black? Sorry, people. We're getting some technical problems here. I don't know why this has just turned black. I'm going to try to fix it. Give me 1 second. There it is. It fixed
Oh,
itself.
God. Why?
Is this AI?
No. That's probably a fucking eyeball or
Is he
some
eating ass?
wackadoo shit.
They gotta eat goat assholes. Yeah, this is effing up. I'm gonna bring the phone down for a second. Give 1 second.
There it is.
Okay, now it's fixed. Is there some kind of glitch happening? What is that? What does that say at the top there, Bob?
With the scariest movies.
Yeah, but can you read the whole thing?
Finally, I found a place with the scariest movies.
Ah! Actually, you know, Thunderdome showed me this a few months ago. He played this on his show, and I was like, what the F? It's like some old guy, again, going back to the whole, you know, Michael Jackson thing. He's like, he's trying to meet some young girl.
Wood chipper.
Like, the song is about an older man's love for a young girl.
Chomo's going the wood chipper.
Look how creepy he looks. He looks like a fucking serial killer. Like that visual there, that young girl and that guy. The dad's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Get out of here. My beard's more manly than yours. Fuck off. Then he turns around, he looks like some old washed out woman from the 70s.
I thought it was Bruce Jenner for a minute.
Yeah, he looked kind of like a woman, like a fucked up woman. You don't know what love is, right? There's Chino from Deftones. This is probably at Madison Square Garden, right, Bob?
Yeah, I think
Probably
so.
is. It looks like it. We saw Deftones a few weeks ago in
We were
concert
at that show.
MSG. This might
And
be
I
the
got
show we were at.
neurovirus there, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, she was sick for a few days.
The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix.
I heard people spreading this around. I think this is the lady that's taking credit for the writing of it.
Jesus Christ grows up to be Neo, one and the same in The Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. Because, see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which is technology. The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is.
What do you think? Do you think that's true?
So JC.
I'm going to go back just one more time. Bob, do you want to go on another 10 minutes? Or
No, I gotta.
Okay. We're just going to watch
out.
this video. It's a very dark video, I feel like, in some ways.
The beginning of The Matrix.
All right, so we're going to listen to this. Let's hear it from the very beginning.
The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in The Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machine, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. Because, see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which is technology. The Terminator is the prequels to.
All right, so it's repeating. I think what does it say there? Can you read that? Because that's very small text at the very bottom.
Oh, the very bottom?
Yes.
What? I never knew
Yes. Well, I try to look at it on my
that the
phone.
original creator of, and then it cuts off.
It says writer of the Terminator and the Matrix movies. Twitter. What does it say? Sophia Stewart. I highly doubt. I mean, look, there are writers of these films. I think I've been hearing this making the rounds on the internet. I heard a couple of people say this. I don't know if this person wrote this. It just sounds like a person running down what the movies mean. One moment. But there's no proof that this person wrote this. All right.
Correct.
I mean, these films are set in are set in the future. Terminator is set in the past and the future. I could have told you that. And what I'm going to say after that I wrote it. She could be mentally ill, but there has been cases of writers getting their material stolen. For example, there was a writer who actually wrote the show Lost years and we're talking about decades in advance. He brought the script, I think, to ABC back in the 1970s, and they didn't approve it. And then back in, I think it was in the 2000s, early 2000s, they put out a show called Lost, and I think he actually sued them for millions of dollars, and I think he actually won. They stole the entire show. J.J. Abrams, I think he took credit for writing Lost, and he did it. They stole it from another writer. They thought they would get away with it. They scrapped it. They said, oh, well, we're not going to make that show. And then many years later, they robbed it and they made it. But this here, Terminator and The Matrix, I mean, those are stories we've been seeing for a long time, Bob, right? The kind of like the robots, artificial intelligence. But she's saying one's a prequel and one's the future. I mean, I guess you can. I mean, in some ways, the world in The Matrix looks like the future world in The Matrix looks like the world in the Terminator. Right? But they could just be inspired by the Terminator. The people that wrote it could just, because obviously the Terminator came first, came decades before the Matrix. We're talking about what, 20 years before it? Somewhere around 20, not close to 20 years before the creation of the Matrix.
Both of those stories are based heavily on the sci-fi, the post-civilization, post-society, post-apocalyptic, but the industrialized post-apocalyptic world that writers like, Brave New World. Who wrote that?
Philip K. Dick? No, I don't think. No, he didn't write Brave New World, did he? No, it wasn't him. I don't know who wrote it.
But it's the Brave New World. It's the 1984, right? So it those novels, those fiction stories walked so films like The Terminator and The Matrix could run.
I mean, this is the logical conclusion to this age of convenience, right? Things just become more and more efficient, but that efficiency comes with a cost. I mean, we see it right now that for the most part, people are just becoming dumber and dumber and lazier, and this is what we're getting because of the convenience. So what we're gonna see, and I think we saw it in one of the little shorts we watched during the stream, is that it kind of like this technology is just dumbing people down. It's making them less creative. It's making them less. I mean, they don't encourage critical thinking or creative thinking. That's what we see a lot in this world. That's what conspiracy theory can be. It can go off in some crazy ways, possibly. But it is a form of intelligence. It really is. I mean, you need to have intelligence to have a theory. That's what they don't want you to have, is to have a theory, right? They don't want you to form opinions. They don't even want you to have opinions, right? Your own opinion.
That's the core of it, really, is they don't want you to think. Because in order to have an opinion, in order to have an informed opinion, in order to start to shape your identity, shape your belief system, you have to think.
Yes.
You have to be able to sit in quiet and just think.
Yes.
Think without the noise. Think without the pressure. Think without the constant needling and prodding to conform, and just come to your own conclusions. And that is the most dangerous thing.
It got a little bit dark, but people, remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV, the greatest channel known to man. You've been watching the Doom Scroll. We're going to be getting out of here. We want to thank you all for joining us in here. Bob, you want to call out some of the people who were in the comments?
We had Ultimate Warrior, we had Dark, we had Never Sobers.
Millions of people, huh, Bob?
We had, I have to look at the spelling of this, Matt Blazinka. We had a few folks. We also had what was it? Jack Daniels in here being a sassy bitch for no reason.
Yes.
So fuck him, honestly.
Oh, come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. This is a family show.
Okay. And?
You're being very bad right now. Jack, we don't hate you. We just think you're being an asshole.
I don't hate you, but if you're going to be an asshole, I'm going to be an asshole
back.
Don't
be an asshole.
Like, here's the deal. People are always like, if you go low, I go high. I'm like, no, fuck you. If you go low, I'm bringing a shovel so that I can dig a tunnel directly to hell to hand you to Satan. Personally.
Exactly, you motherfucker. And with that said, one last time, I mean, you fatherfucker. You fucking tranny sucker. All right, remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV, the great channel known to man. Again, you've been watching the Doom Scroll. We're going to get the F out of here, people. The world is silly.
It is.
It really is. It gets sillier and silly.
And that's why
it is
you
dark
should
comedy.
look at it all and just laugh. Like, I'm at the point in my black pill journey.
Yes.
Where when I see the shenanigans, I just think it's all funny now.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, Trumpleton's has done what now? J.D. Vance killed the Pope? Oh, this is fucking hilarious. And I take nothing seriously anymore.
Yeah, people. You got your head all the way up it.
All the way up it.
You really do have it all the way up it. You look at Trump, all you Trumpers, the ones who are obsessed with him. By that, I mean the left-wingers who are obsessed with this orange man. You guys are just saying this when you see Trump walk past you.
Great ass.
That's really weird that you said that.
Stop. Hey, stop. You are people. Stop.
That is really weird that you guys said that, right, Bob?
It's very weird.
Can you believe how much I am in heaven?
Can you believe how much that guy's in heaven, Bob?
The governor sold out and he's a bitch. Fuck him.
He really is. All right, once again, people, we want to thank you all for coming in here. Have yourselves a good night.
Good night.
You, what army? It's us. I'll cover you. Come, trust me. I'll cover you.
Have an implant in our brains.
Do you like sushi?
Leadership in government, political
I hate to interrupt,
I'll cover you.
but
Ow! Somebody stop that man!
Video
of the Israeli government holding a private convention here in the United States. One of the people in attendance at this secret meeting was Judith Varnai Shor. She's a former Israeli consul general who was operating out of Atlanta. She was one of the main people saying,
"For the sake of my mental health, I need y'all to check in with me because I can't be the..."
I have never, ever
We're the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution.
Look at me in the eyes.
To be aware that we are affecting
all illegal immigrants became eligible for health insurance under the state's program for low.
Would you rather have your kids have to learn about God and pray every morning?
Great job.
My name is Diddy.
Black thugs are the new white supremacists. These people are oppressing everybody's black. Country you from?